Well, a very good afternoon and welcome back to the city of Nairobi. Beautiful skyline showing you all the landmarks of this beautiful capital city of Kenya. This, of course, is the home of CECAFA CAF Champions League qualifiers. 8 teams been in Nairobi, all of them fighting for a chance to go into the inaugural CAF Champions League tournament for women. And I tell you what, all eyes have been on Nairobi. All eyes have been on the Nyayo National Stadium, the citadel of Kenyan football, the stadium where it's so much history happens as far as Kenyan football is concerned. And it is here where we have the second match of the semi-finals. This time is the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia taking on the Lady Doves of Uganda. One of the teams of the tournament so far. They've been absolutely unstoppable as far as scoring goals is concerned. They're taking on a team that has not conceded a goal. That game coming up in just a little bit. But before then, we've got to look back at what happened in the first semi-final because Gladys and Ellie, both of you were here. We argued at halftime about what would happen. But at the end of it all, Gladys, Vihiga just about delivered.
Well, they did, and credit to them. They really played their second half very, very well. On the other hand, Simba Queens looked a little bit exhausted. It's like second half really was not their best half. And taking advantage of that in the set pieces, Vihiga Queens made sure that they scored 2 goals, just enough to take them through to the final.
Well, Ellie, Vihiga looked as different side in the second half. The changes made sense, and they just looked like they were re-energized.
And we talked about in the halftime analysis. Vihiga Queens in the first half is a totally different team in the second half, and we saw it. They went toe-to-toe with the Simba. Simba looked like a different team, a totally different team from what we saw in the first half. Tactically, though, we have to give it to Simba Queens. They gave their best, but they just couldn't get the final ball into the net, and that was their major undoing.
Well, I tell you what, let's look back at the highlights. Let's watch what happened in that game. At the end of the day, it was the battle of the Queens, Simba Queens versus Vihiga Queens. And at the end of it all, I tell you what, Vihiga just about finding a way past it. The first half there wasn't so much action, so much goal mouth action. But then here is Vihiga Queens getting the first goal. Gladys, the keeper in both these goals just doesn't seem to do justice. Comes out, doesn't get the ball, concedes the goal.
And there you've said it, as a goalkeeper, you have to make sure your insight is correct. If you're going to come out of your line, make sure you get the ball. If you're not going to get the ball by holding it and putting it down, make sure you punch it out. And again, Maureen Ochieng, you remember I talked about her during halftime. I did say on dead ball situations, she's absolutely good. And look at that goal. Very brilliant header. She looked at where the keeper was standing and just scored it in. And then minutes later, they didn't even get to celebrate that goal. Simba Queens just equalized very beautifully by the lady you talked about.
Yeah, James asked me which lady do you think might change this game, and it was Muninka. And then, I mean, that's what top players do.
And guys, when we look at the goal, the winning goal by Gentrix, I mean, for me, it's all in the delivery.
Yes.
The delivery was spot on, right in the box. Of course, Simba Queens lose their defender in that hole trying to defend it, but it's all in the delivery. Both those deliveries where Vihiga got their goals, both really, really well delivered into the box.
Set pieces, they've been absolutely excellent in the set pieces they've been taking. They didn't have much luck in the first half. However, if you look at it in the second half, we remember I talked about Joanne giving a very weak pass to the goalkeeper. But now look at the second half. They utilized them more and just put more pressure into that box. Well utilized set pieces that converted into goals.
Well, that's the way it looks like. We know the identity of the first finalist, that's Vihiga Queens, but it's right at the bottom, Ellie. That's where we are concentrating on. It's the Lady Doves versus the Central Bank of Ethiopia. If you can we start off this conversation by looking at the Central Bank of Ethiopia. You guys you're all oohing and eyeing about them, whether it's everyone in the production team, everyone is saying, oh, watch out for that team. That team is untouchable. Why are they so good? Why does everyone rate them so highly?
Football made in Ethiopia. That's what I have to start with, first of all. I mean, the football that we have seen from that team is absolutely scintillating. The passes are accurate. The touch is immaculate. And to be honest, the kind of tactics that the coach is using, they're just spot on. They are very straightforward, no dilly-dallying with the ball. They know where their teammates are. They get the ball, they pass it to their teammates. And one of the most eye-catching plays that we're going to see is between the forwards, and that is Loza and Medina. Absolutely brilliant. I just don't want to talk too much about them, but they're a very, very entertaining effective machine.
Gladys, would you add on to that?
Well, James, the first thing that we have to remember, let's give credit to Lady Doves. They're here courtesy of not conceding any goal. And the question will be, will they let it happen? I don't think so. When you have a defense that has been tactically disciplined, they did lose one of their players to a red card. However, now she's back in this game and she's going to be absolutely instrumental for them. So it's going to be a case of defense versus offense here. A team that can score very many goals. They have a player who has 12 goals. And on this other hand, we're going to be looking at a defense that has not let in any goals. It's going to be absolutely interesting.
I'll tell you this, Gladys. I like the offensive part of the game. So I'm going to stick with the team that has scored, what, 24 goals in 3 games. The worst was a 4-2 win. Just the worst, 4-2 win. They have so much firepower going forward. What makes them so unique? What makes them so dangerous?
They're very, very quick on the ball. Every time they get the ball from the midfield, they put it to the flanks and they float it in to their forwards into the final third. Again, from the midfield, they know how to bypass defenders and put the ball right behind them because they know they have the likes of Loza and Baza who can make those runs. So when it comes to decision making, they're very, very quick, and that is the difference between them and most of the teams that we've seen here. So if you can make those fast decisions in the final third, surely, James, you are destined to have so many goals. When these girls touch the ball, it's like velvet on their feet. They just move and they move with grace.
And there's something we're not talking about too much, Ellie, and that's the factor of altitude. Now, this is Nairobi. Most teams will be feeling, oh, the weather is tough. But you know what? Addis is higher than Nairobi. So even in that case, they're still comfortable.
Yes, they are. And from the first minute till the last minute, they're putting in a good performance. Going for the ball, winning the balls, 50-50 balls, they still win them and take the ball, then, turn the transition into attack. And it shows it's a hallmark of a good team. Well-conditioned, tactically quite astute.
And James,
Yes,
I have to say, one of the things I like about this Commercial Bank of Ethiopia side is that every time their substitutions come in, it's 100% for 100%. You don't feel like you've missed a player, and that just tells you the kind of quality that coach has put into it. Prior to this, when in the beginning of the tournament, they said they've been training for 3 months for this particular tournament, so they are in good shape, as you're saying, perfectly well conditioned.
Well, and I'm sure you guys have seen their lineups. The lineup is out there. You've seen the way they're lined up today. That's the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia. That's the way they line up. It's a 4-3-3, Ellie, and we've seen this. This seems to be like the standard system for most teams in this tournament. But they've got really, really good players in there.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing the captain, number 7, Loza Genoire. I mean, she is the player who's making everything tick. Her telepathic understanding between her and Medina is beautiful. Beautiful to the eye. And the intricate passes that they give each other, that is what the Lady Doves need to cut. If they don't, they're going to suffer. They're really going to suffer here.
Gladys, she's got 12 goals. I mean, she could be leading how many number of goals have been scored just by herself.
Well, that is very, very true. But she gets her supply from one number 21 boys, and that is her Gionere Loza, a lady who has over 200 goals to her name. If you look at her and you see that in one tournament she has 12 goals, really, I don't know what defensive mind that this Lady Doves of Uganda are going to come with. But it doesn't matter. If you want to, defend her, you have Baza on the other line on the other side who can score. If you want to get that ball through, and look at them and how they're getting their passes from the midfield directly to a player. Look at her. Very simple goals she scores, but beautiful goals that you cannot forget about. Look at her control. Look at how she looks at the keeper and how the keeper is standing, and she just bypasses her, and she says, this is my job. I'm here to lead my troops, and I'm here to lead them by scoring goals.
For me, it's the first touch.
Really composed, yes?
Yes, the first touch is just amazing. Between her and Medina, you look at that. The first touch controls the ball, good touch, slots it in quite easily. And that's what you want to see from the top players. I mean, I didn't expect this quality of football, to be honest, when the tournament started. But I've been shocked. Yes. This has been exciting to watch.
And speaking of this quality of football, what about Medina Busa? That's her partner in crime. That's the person they're doing this with. 12 goals, 8 goals.
Batman and Robin here.
Yes, I do agree with that. Batman and Robin. Medina Baza is the first lady in this tournament who scored a hat-trick. In her first game, 3 goals, made a statement. That tells you she knows how to get into those spaces, bully defenses. She's not the biggest of players, but surely her skill is absolutely amazing. The step-overs, the individual brilliance, every time she touches the ball is absolutely amazing. And as you said, her first touch is very, very good. Look at her and how she knows how to get looking at the keeper.
Beautiful
Just
finish.
looping.
And she
looping
does
it
that
over the
with
keeper.
consummate ease, and that's what's shocking about it.
And
she's not struggling.
Look at her again and how she's making the run behind the defenders. And again, you talked about their partnership with Loza, and there you see it.
They've got 20 goals out of 24. So basically, I think if you can stop them, I think for Lady Doves, it should be really simple. Stop the two. You stop the two, you get out 90% of the goals. But the key word is a big if. But then I did catch up with their coach. I did listen to their coach and just find out what he thinks about it. And maybe we can just hear from the coach and find out just what his statements were going into this game, just how prepared he is for this game.
ከባድ ጨዋታ አናቃለን ሁለታችንም ከባድ ነን ያንን ክብደታችንን ሜዳ ላይ እንወጣዋለን እና የነሱ ክብደት እኛን በደንብ እንድንዘጋጅ ያደርጉናል
We know that even though the game is tough we know each other how to play this match
What will be the secret weapon? What will he do to make sure that he gets the win and makes the final today?
በዚህ ጨዋታ ምን አይነት ስትራቴጂ ተጠቅመህ ነው ለማሸነፍ የተዘጋጀው?
እስካሁንም ድረስ ሁሉንም ሶስቱንም ጨዋታ ሲጫወት ልጆችን የማሳረፍ ኳሊቲ ነበረኝ ያንን ስትራቴጂ ተጠቅሜ ፕላስ ደግሞ ሜዳ ላይ ከጌም እየተሻሻልን ነው
For the last 3 matches we know our strengths and weakness we are trying to correct our mistakes for this game I want to use my players shift by shift, so I will be prepared for this match very well.
Well, there you've heard it there from the coach, really soft-spoken, but don't be fooled by that demeanor. When they get onto the pitch, the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia are a completely different side. Well, this game has been touted as defense versus attack. Why? Because CBE do score quite a bit, 24 goals in 3 games. They are facing a team that really makes it its business to defend, Ellie. This is a team that works on we will defend, we will not concede.
Yes. And one thing that we have to talk about is the goalkeeping department. Daisy has been phenomenal. And it was quite shocking to hear that she's the 3rd choice goalkeeper of the national team. I mean, if she's putting in a performance like that, what about the 1st choice? And that is going to be a huge difference maker in this particular game because we saw in the first game, the goalkeeping handling was not that good from the Simba goalkeeper. Right now, we're going to see hopefully a much improved goalkeeping from the goalkeeper of Lady Doves. So defensively is where this game is going to be won. So I'm expecting a very tactical game. Nothing more, nothing less. A very tactical, defensive, cut-and-nasty Italian style of football.
Gladys, they say attack wins you matches, defense wins you titles. Can Lady Doves put that to work today? Can they defend? Can they keep out 24 goals in 3 games?
Well, you know, it doesn't matter what you did in the previous match. It's what you do in this particular match. And everything else has been cancelled out here. And you're coming here, neutral ground, champions in your own right. You've not met before. So it's going to be really a very, very tough match. And, you know, the Lady Doves have... It's a team that has been formed in 2016. They've come out very well, strongly. This is the first time they won their league. So they're here to actually prove a point and hopefully take a win back home. As Ellie rightfully put it, it's going to be defense here. And what are they going to do about it? You talked about their goalkeeper, and I'm going to talk about their defenders. They've not let in any goals. They're tactically disciplined. However, in this particular match, it's going to be all about mental.
Well, speaking of this game, let's just look at the lineup and see how the Lady Doves do line up this afternoon. Of course, they have this arduous task of making sure that they keep away the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia. Once again, it's 4-3-3, Ellie. System of choice, but you have a feeling it's going to morph into a 4-5-1.
Maybe even a 5-4-1. You never know. Because how are you going to keep Loza and Medina out?
I think the one thing that they're going to do is probably fall back into a 4-4-2. We're going to see Nabosa falling in back deep because they have Ikwaput and Spencer there. They know how to run on the flanks. They've been very dangerous. Ikwaput is actually their top scorer. She has scored goals. She knows how to compose herself. She didn't have she had a very quiet game in their last group match, but in this match, this will be the game where individual brilliance will come in.
It's good you talk about her because we need to focus on her, Fazila Ikwaput. We are talking all about them defending, but to win, you've got to score a goal at some point, Ellie. If they had to get a goal, you guys believe she's the one?
She is the one. I totally believe she is the one. I mean, if you look at her record, back in the league, she was the top goal scorer. So we're talking about a player who has the pedigree to get the goals. And I do have a fleeting feeling, albeit, that she's going to be on the scorer's sheet.
Well, she is going to be on the scorer's sheet. In the last game, she did score a very beautiful penalty, missed a first penalty, but scored a second penalty. She has 9 goals to her name before coming to this tournament. So that tells you she's absolutely lethal. She can actually bully any defense. And what we've seen with the Ethiopian side is that they can actually concede goals. So it's going to be a matter of who is going to make the most out of their situation. And if they're not, if the Ethiopians come into this match thinking that it's going to be an easy game, I think it's going to be a tough task ahead because both teams have goal scorers, but who has the better defense?
Speaking of defenders, speaking of defending, you guys speak about Daisy. You said, look, she is the main person. She is the one who makes sure that Ethiopians are kept at bay. Ellie, 2 strikers. They've scored 20 goals between them. Can she keep them out?
No. It's a strong no. Let's be honest. From what we've seen, no. 20 goals from the 2 strikers? No. No. She might concede maybe 3. Considering the
other
goalkeepers have conceded 5 or 6.
Gladys, you guys have got to be more optimistic about it. There's a reason why we are saying she's the main person.
I am going to be very optimistic about it, and I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree with Ellie. I think, as a goalkeeper, and you talked about her and said that, I mean, if she's third choice, that means her quality is actually very, very good. And in this tournament, we've seen a lot of quality goalkeeping. But what is making her stand out is the fact that she's not conceded goals. When it comes to long shots, she's absolutely brilliant. Her insight, she knows when to come off. She knows when to stay back. She's been absolutely brilliant. She's not had much to do. Probably we can say it's because she's not faced very attack-minded teams. But remember, they played against Simba and a goalless draw. So that tells you that I do foresee a first half where she will have a lot of work to do, but I don't expect her to concede in the first half.
Well, why don't we then catch up with her coach, the Lady Doves coach, and find out his thoughts ahead of the game.
Today's game is a hard game because I've been watching at them, how they are playing, and we are prepared accordingly how we are going to handle that game.
This game is really attack versus defense. Your team hasn't conceded a goal. They have been scoring goals for fun. 24 goals they've scored so far. What comes out on top today? How do you stop a team that's that dangerous in attack from finding goals against you?
Yeah, they are good in scoring, and we have a good defense, and we have been working on that. Though we are playing the senior team, it's a good team, they are good players. But with God, since God has been on our side, we are going to handle them accordingly how they come. And we are ready to handle them and to defend them. They will not score as many goals as how they have been scoring.
I can tell you for a fact, he's a lot more optimistic than Ellie is on the game today. Ellie has already sort of written them off, but he says, you know what, don't worry. Yeah, they attack too much, but we defend well. Defending is one of our key strategies, so let's see what happens. Ellie, call it.
First of all, let me pick something from what he said. He said we're not going to see as many goals as we have seen in the previous matches. So we have been seeing 10-1, 10-0. So we're going to see maybe 3-0, 4-0. They're going to concede, that's for sure. No. I'm predicting they're going to concede. Maybe they win the game 4-1, maybe.
So Commercial Bank of Ethiopia to win 4-1.
4-1, equal put on the score sheet.
Gladys?
Going by the matches I've seen and all that, I'm going to call it very, very close. Most likely 2-1, just like the first semi-final.
That's really, really strong.
Kind.
Now,
You're being
because
kind.
we've been talking too much about the goal scorers.
Yes.
If you just look at the guys who've done well so far, you've got the two Ethiopian girls, Loza and Medina, 12 and 8. Then we've got Maureen Acheng, who's now added one more to it, hasn't she?
Yes.
It's been a really good showing.
Well, it's been a tournament of goals. I think before this semi-final started, we had about 64 goals coming into this tournament. Now we're at a tally of 67 already. And it's unfortunate that Flavin didn't get a goal here. However, Gentrix just added her tally, and she has grown into the game and into this tournament. So we are hoping that the likes of Equaput actually add a tally to their goal, because when you score in such tournaments, it gives you more and more confidence.
Well, thank you, Gladys. Thank you, Ellie. You've heard it there from the experts, what they're looking forward to as far as the second semi-final is concerned. It's attack versus defense. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia versus the Lady Doves of Uganda. Who comes out top? One way to find out right here. The first half coming up. Gilbert Celebo is in commentary together with Gladys, and they'll be taking us through the first half of this game. It's the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia versus the Lady Doves of Uganda.
Nkwadenya Betatu, they will call it in Amharic, and in Uganda they will tell you Bandaliza Mpira Gono. Welcome to the capital city, Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya, right at the center of the business district, the central business district. On the rooftops of those skyscrapers, you can have an aerial view of the Nyayo National Stadium, located about 5.8 kilometers from the city center. Well, the CBE, Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, will be battling it out in the second game of the afternoon against the Lady Doves of Uganda. Remember, it's the first edition of the CAF Women's Champions League 2021 qualifiers for the CECAFA region. And of course, the weather absolutely fantastic today at 22 degrees centigrade with the wind at 14 kilometers per hour. A very, very, very good scene for the match of football. Well, previously, we've just been entertained in a match that Vihiga Queens of Kenya have managed to beat the other queens, the Simba Queens from Tanzania, by 2-1 to romp into the finals. Well, this match is gonna decide whom between the Lady Doves of Uganda, who have really not conceded a single goal, coming up against a team that has scored more than 20 goals in the last 3 games, the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia. Well, contrasting styles of play, CBE with the Ethiopian flavor. The Ethiopian flavor, of course, that they pick from the Spanish kind of style of play, moving the ball around, enjoying, and of course, they've had some little strikers within their ranks. For the Lady Doves, they are not scoring so many goals, but what I can tell you is that it's the only team that has played 3 consecutive matches and has not conceded a single goal. Whether they're going to use the same tact against the CBE of Ethiopia is just a matter of time before those questions are answered. Well, this match, remember, is the CAF Women's Champions League, CECAFA qualifiers, and whoever wins this tournament will definitely represent the region in the CAF Champions Women League proper in Egypt. Well, in top of the match officials, on the right-hand side, the team in blue is the Lady Doves from Uganda, and the team in stripes, in zebra, black with white stripes, is the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia. Well, very, very, very immaculate surface of the Nyayo National Stadium. And as we prepare for this beautiful match. Everyone has been betting that the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia will definitely romp into this one. But again, Lady Doves are totally prepared. From what you've heard from Coach Musimi, is that their strategy against the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia is going to be a little bit different. And of course, the CBE know that they have to continue with their flair to be able to go past this very, very solid Lady Doves side. Well, we are led by the CAF, the Confederations of African Football flag, as we celebrate the first edition of the ladies football within the region. Well, as a matter of protocol, the two teams will line up, one for the photos, and of course the two captains to exchange pleasantries. The referees of the game, the center referee will be Caroline Wanjala of Kenya. The first assistant, Jane Chirono of Kenya. Second assistant will be Janet Balama of Tanzania. And fourth official will be Josephine Wanjiko from Kenya. The match commissioners in the first game: Wanjala, Jane Chirono, and Janet Balama. Of course, with the coin toss to decide who starts and on which side do they move from. On the left of your screen, of course, that is Loza Genore, the captain of the CBE side, and on the right-hand side is Daisy Nakaziro, captain on the Lady Doves side, who has not conceded a single goal. Well, Lady Doves put up Daisy Nakaziro, the captain, in goal. Irene Akiror and Nikito will hold brief in the defense. And of course, Lydia Nyadera and Leticia Dabosa will have the midfield to contend with. And at the top, they have Fazila Ikwaput and Spencer Nakaswa in what is believed to be a 4-3-3 formation. Well, both teams coming out with 4-3-3, meaning that there's going to be a lot of work that's going to be happening, especially in the midfield. Well, number 17, Leticia Dabosa, midfield general on the Ugandan side on your picture right now. And of course, on the other side of the divide is Tirikwa Bargena, the goalkeeper on the Ethiopian side. Well, Sanait Bogale, you can call her Bozo, one of the most industrious midfielders in the team. And of course, the number 9, Medina Baza, 8 goals to her credit so far, will provide the necessary punch up front. Well, expected to be an explosive match. Remember that already the Vihiga Queens are in the finals, and one of these two teams will play in the third and fourth playoff, and the other team will play in the final. Caroline Wanjala from Kenya will be our center referee today. And in very, very good moves, Caroline Wanjala sets us off for the second pulsating summer finals of the CAF women's qualifiers. Well, with me, that's Baza, and from the onset, the Ethiopians are now sitting back, and the danger person, Medina Baza, alongside Loza Genore in the first minute, with that opportunity for a goal.
Well, Gilbert, you are still introducing me, and what an introduction I was getting there by this lady, Medina Baza. She's been buzzing with confidence, buzzing with goals in this tournament, and what a way to start this match. We are barely into the first minute, Gilbert.
Barely into the first minute. That is a Bosa. Bosa, well, picked up in the defense by Hasabe Gila to Sanai Bogale. Bogale plays on the left-hand side, Bisaseo Tedese. Tedese back into the midfield by Disa Asfao. Asfao plays the ball back to Hasabe Gila. Hasabe Gila in the midfield. Adisa's foul. Adisa's foul to the right. Tarikwa Yakura. Yakura. She's been followed up by Elizabeth Nakigozi. Nakigozi with a long pass, but again, good interception. Adisa's foul. Adisa's foul. Leticia Nabosa. Leticia Nabosa loses out in the midfield, and what a way to start for the first half.
Well, that was against Senat Boizo. Look at that skill. What? You know, usually when you see someone being playing that kind of skill here, Gilbert, it just tells you how sensational this tournament has been. Very beautiful football by beautiful ladies.
Absolutely, and another good cross coming in on the left-hand side. Trying to get onto Medina Paza, but again, the ball too fast for her.
Well, look at that attempt. She clever ball there, but again, hawk-eyed goalkeeper Daisy just there to pick up the pieces, and she could not understand what exactly happened there. Usually those ones go in for her, but not this time. She is facing a goalkeeper who's not conceded a goal. It's going to be absolutely tough for her.
Absolutely. Loza, well, close marking there in the midfield. Again, picked up by Aragesh Tadese. Back to Vogale. Vogale in the midfield. Again, good play there by Aragesh Tadese. Again, she loses it out, and the ball goes into the feet of Tizita Haile Grimaiko. Then a good steal there from Fazila Ikwaput. Still in trouble there, but again, they clear their lines when it really mattered most.
Well, Gilbert, not the best of goalkeeping skills we've seen there. You know, as a goalkeeper, you need to make sure that you're clearing it out. And you know, there is Coach Heye Birahanu, who has had an excellent tournament with his side so far, and he does not want to see those kind of mistakes. Gilbert, every time you're seated on that bench, how is it?
Well, how is it? Birhanu Giselle will tell you how it is at the end of the match. Of course, on the other side of the divide is Coach Fred Musime. And it's a free kick from a distance from Elizabeth Nakigozi. Nakigozi with a long punt forward. Again, cleared off the lines. Still Navisa. Leticia Nabosa to Christine Madame. Christine Madame, Medina Baza. Medina Baza with a good pass to Loza Ginore. Loza Ginore, again, very good fight there from the left back. It's a throw-in. Tarikwa Yakura. Yakura back to get Tigis Hege. Hege to Adiso Asfau to Hege. Hege to Tarikwa Yakura. Again, beautiful play there by Christine Madame. Already showing their elements here, their culture, their habesha. The culture is to roll the ball around and just enjoy themselves. Well, ball is in the midfield. Again, a poor pass. Adis Asfau. Asfau on the left-hand side to try and find tonight. Again, picked up by Vizeu Tadese. Tadese back to Tizita. Tizita, Hasabegila. Hasabegila in the midfield. Adis set fire. Over to Tarikwa Yakura. Yakura long pass. Collected in the defense there. Again, ball moved from the right to the left. Back to Christine Madame. Christine Madame tries to play a long ball to Fazila Ekwapat. But again, a good steal from the midfield by Tigis Hege. Tigis Hege. Tariko Yakura. Yakura in the midfield. Adisa's foul. Adisa's foul. Buzayeo Tadese. Buzayeo Tadese to Aragesh Tadese. Aragesh, Buzayeo, and a long pass. Well intended, but well read by Irene Akiror on the Lady Dove side.
Well, Gilbert, what a game we look like we're going to have here. It's going to be absolutely interesting. Very fast start here at the Nyayo National Stadium, and already we've seen close action, and the Ugandans, Lady Dove of Ugandans, have so far shown some very good discipline. They're trying to stick passes across, not giving this Ethiopians too much space to ply their trade, which is passing the ball.
Passing the ball is the tradition by the Ethiopians. Is a throw-in. Christine Madam. Back to Nikita Nabira with a long punt forward, and the ball goes out for a throw-in. Well, that is coach. That's a Uganda dugout there. Coach Fred Musime, alongside his technical bench members. On the left, Christine Madam. Christine Madam plays the ball back, and a big punt forward. Received into the midfield by Tigis Hege. Hege. Down with the Elizabeth Nakigoza. Leticia Nabosa. Lydia Nadera. Tries to find Fazila Ekwaput, but again, solely defending there. Irina Kiror, picked by Aragesh. Aragesh into the midfield, Hege. Hege, Tariko Yakura. Yakura trying to find Medina Bosa. Medina, Loza. Medina, Loza. Loza Kinore. Loza Kinore. You may think that she has glue at her feet, but the most industrious player, Medina Paza, weaves through quite a number of blue shots there and finds her crime partner.
Well, as you rightfully put it, this is like Batman and Robin Hood, and there Daisy concedes her first goal. She picks it up from the net, but what a shot that was. And Medina Baza doing all of the donkey work, and look at that placement of the ball up, because she already saw that the keeper was down.
Absolutely. For the first time in this tournament, Daisy Nakaziro concedes the first goal of the tournament in the 4 matches that she's already played. And what a way for Loza Ginore to put Ethiopia up by 1-0 in the 8th minute. What a start.
What a start. The goal was coming. Baza didn't get it in the first minute, but Loza, Baza, that is the combination we've been talking about this whole tournament. And Gilbert, this looks dangerous.
Well, good shot there, and the goalkeeper punts it out. And again, that's a statement by Fazila Ekwaput. 3 goals to her credit at this point in time with a rocket of a shot. But again, good goalkeeping by Tarikwa Bargena, and punts the ball outside. Leticia Nabosa. Again, some pensive moments in that Ethiopian rearguard. Elizabeth Nakigoza. Oh, that's a rasping shot by Leticia Nabosa, but it really, really does not hit the target.
Well, look at that replay, Gilbert, all the way running into that flank. Goalkeeper had to do the extra and just punch it out. But again, she has to be very careful with those spills, because this Lady Doves might just want to hang in there and get that goal into it. If you look at how Elizabeth Nakigozi was standing and where she was standing, she was looking to get that goal, but unfortunately it didn't come their way.
Well, another long punt. Goalkeeper comes out, and it's picking the midfield. Christine Madam. Christine Madam plays the ball to Nakuya Asara. Sara Nakura loses it out. Bogale. Bogale in the midfield. Again, it's a foul on Senait Bogale Bozo.
Well, looking at that foul, that was a foul. Boyzo was on the ball, but
Well, again, a spirited run there. And of course, defender Tizita Haile Mikhail doesn't want to hear none of that. And she pushes the ball out for a throw-in. Coach Birhanu Gizau knows that he started on a good note. Christine Madame into the midfield for Leticia Nabosa. Back to Christine Madame. Christine Madame with a good cross trying to get to Fazila Ikwaput. It's picked up by Lydia Nyadera. She loses it out to Tigis Hege. Tigis Hege. Back to Teriko Yakura. Teriko Yakura with a long pass trying to get to Loza. Again, solid marking there from Nakito Nabira. Elizabeth Nakigozi. Fazila Ikwaput. Fazila Ikwaput with a good cross. But again, solid performance there by Asabe Gila, who's been the rock on this Ethiopian side. They start the build-up again with a long punt forward. Medina Baza. Baza trying to get to Aragesh Tadese. Aragesh. Aragesh. Aragesh Bogale. Bogale back to Bizarro Tadese. Into the midfield. Adisa Asfaye. Asfaye to the right-hand side. Teriko Yakura. 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 Yakura with a long punt. Again, solid clearance. It goes out for a corner. Irina Kiror not being able to touch onto that ball as best as is expected of her.
Well, she did give the goalkeeper a little bit of hard work to do. She has to make sure that her clearances are a little bit more to throw-ins and not to corners. However, they do have the height there in defense and they have a very good goalkeeper. So let's hope that this time this one will not get in.
Absolutely. Short pass here to Adisa Asfaye. Adisa Asfaye with a cross there. Goalkeeper comes out. She drops ball. But again, quick reaction from goalkeeper Daisy Nakiziro. Just saves the blushes. Long punt forward. Trying to get to Ikwaput. Fazila. But again, hawk-eyed. Tizita Haile Mikhail. Push the ball outside. Again, Spencer Nakaswa. Adrian Birungi. Birungi with a long punt forward. Dealt with. Adrian again, Birungi. Nakaya. Nakuya Sara. Lost it to Tigis Hege. Hege to the right, Tariko Yakura. Yakura plays it down here to Aragesh Tadese, who was moved from the right, from the left-hand side, and now plying the trade on the right. Left back, Bizayeo Tadese. Tadese lost it to Ndaticia Nabosa. Nabosa with a long pass down the line again. Good run there by Ikopat. The ball is still in play here, and Elizabeth Nakigozi fails to give in the kind of pass. Christine Mada, Leticia Nabosa. Nabosa with a long punt forward, easy, and it goes out for a goal kick.
Well, Gilbert, we're seeing a very interesting match here. As much as the Lady Doves of Uganda have conceded, they're still trying to push forward and take those runs. And now we're seeing an interesting change of formation. If you look at it keenly, the Ugandans have now reverted to a 4-4-2, not the 4-3-3. But when they have the ball, they try to make those attacks.
Absolutely. Ugandans playing with two players at the top, Fazila and Spencer. Well, Medina Baza with a good cross, but again, it really did not hit the mark.
She apologizes there to her teammates because she did get a very, very good pass. She just didn't have enough time to look up to see where the defender was, and the defender got there in time just to have that obstruction. And easy peek there for Daisy, no worries as she takes this goal kick.
Big punt forward by Daisy, picked in the midfield by Tigis Hege. Well, again, the Ugandans clear the lines here. And right back to Riko Yakura. Well, some of the dignitaries in the office today, that should be Doris Petra, the Deputy President of Football Kenya Federation, alongside her counterpart. That's officials of the local organizing committee of the CAF Women's Champions League CECAFA qualifiers. We're in our second match of the semi-finals between the CBE of Ethiopia and the Lady Doves of Uganda. Christine Madam tries to play the ball forward, try to find Elizabeth Nakigozi. Leticia Nabosa. Nabosa, long punt forward, picked by Medina. Medina Baza. Medina Baza, who's gone to the left-hand side of the attack. Baza, Loza. And very, very strong performance there from Irene Akirol. Again, tussle between Edrin Birungi and Medina Baza.
Well, look at that skill there. She's really not the biggest of players, but she knows how to keep the ball, making sure that she's outrunning her marker, because when you don't have the body, you must have the skill.
You must have the skill, and that skill by Ugandans there, not perfectly timed. They play the ball, and it's picked in the midfield by none other than the maestro herself, Adisa Sfai. In the midfield, Leticia Nabosa. And it's a foul on Leticia Nabosa by Tigis Tege, the holding midfielder.
Well, a little bit of obstruction there by Hege, but again, Leticia needs to make sure that she's releasing the ball early and she's not just putting it out there going to no man's land. She has to make sure that it's landing on one of her teammates.
Absolutely. Another big punt by Christine Madam. Madam, a good header, and a clearance by Tigis Tege. The ball is still in play here, and Uganda's shot, equal put again, Raposa. Raposa denied there by Hasabe Gila. Still the ball in the Ethiopians' rear guard. This time round, they put up a good clearance. But Medina Baza. Medina Baza, Medina, 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 and very, very solid defense there from Irene Akirol.
Well, let's just look at it there. A handball, I guess the referee missed it, and just look at it again keenly. That was a handball there by Hasabe Gilal, counting her blessings, probably smiling and saying, okay, the referee didn't see it.
Absolutely. Loza plays it to Aragesh to descend. A shot there. But again, goalkeeper Daisy Nakaziro in the right position. Places the ball forward, tries to find Spencer Nakaswa. Nakaswa, and again, solid performance from the defenders there. Picked by the midfield general, Tigis Tege. Hege, back to Asfao Adisu. Adisu playing wide to Buzayeho Tadese. Tadese, Loza Ginore. Back to Buzayeho, Buzayeho. Tizita, Haile Mikhail. Mikhail, back to Loza. Loza, back to Buzayeho Tadese. Into, and really in no man's land, she doesn't give a good pass. Lydia Nadera. Nadera, back to Birundi. Birungi, again trying to play the ball forward, picked by the tiny Thenite Bogale. Bogale, Adiso Asfao. Asfao loses it to Leticia Nabosa. Leticia Nabosa with a good shot there, trying to get hold of Fazila Ikwaput, but Fazila Ikwaput did not have the eyes on the ball and loses it.
Well, she just had to place herself a little bit deeper into it to get that good touch. As you see, she missed it, and what a miss that was. We would be talking 1-1, but this is the kind of semi-final that gives you, you know, jitters, gives you shivers down your spine.
Absolutely. Good punt there from Nikita Navira. Again, punting the ball forward, losing it. The Ethiopians picking it up, and they start their movement. Adiso Asfao, Tarikwa Yakura, Yakura, Aragesh Tadese. Aragesh Tadese, he cuts in with the left foot, again tries to find Tarikwa Yakura, but they lose it out for a throw-in. Christine Madam, the left back on the Lady Doves side, trailing by 1-0, scored in the 8th minute by Loza Genore. Big punt forward to try and find Ikwaput. Well, it's lost. They try and get it back. Elizabeth Nakigozi. Ikwaput. Fazila, good shot! And what a shot What a shot from Fazila Ikwaput, and some good reflex actions there by Terikwa Bargena. Just saves the blushes for the Ethiopian side for a corner.
Well, that's a very, very beautiful shot. She's giving it power because they know they're not getting the spaces they're looking for into the box. So you'd rather try your luck and give the goalkeeper a hard time. And those spills, well, you just never know. You might get one of your players hanging there, and it could be a goal. And Spencer was in the right place there to assist with that goal. But what a pass from Elizabeth.
Absolutely. Good corner there on Nabosa, and then picked up in the defense line by Adisa's foul, and it's a good clearance. Back to Irene Akiror. Akiror tries to get the ball back, but again, it is blocked in the midfield by Medina Baza. Throw in there by Adrian Birungi. Collected by Lydia Nadera. Nadera loses out to Adisa's foul. And another big punt forward in the box there. Control there by Spencer Nakaswa. But the second assistant, Janet Balama from Tanzania, takes it out for a foul.
Well, look at this. Look at that. What a shot that was by the number 10 of Lady Doves of Uganda, Fazila Ikwaput. This lady has 3 goals to her name, Gilbert. She's threatening to add a 4th, and she can't do it. If they just calm down, pass the ball, they are able to get into that Ethiopian backline.
Absolutely, absolutely. Adisa's foul. Adisa's foul, Bizeo Tadese. Bizeo Tadese trying to get to Sanait Bogali. Again, serious defensive play by Nakuya Sara. Well, Nabisa Leticia with a long punt forward. Goalkeeper Tarikwa Bargena picks the ball and commences a build-up from the right-hand side by Tarikwa Yakura. Tarikwa Yakura into the midfield by Tigis Tege. Hege, back to Adisu Asfai. Adisu Asfai, midfield general. Again, Loza, Tege, Asfai, and to Tarikwa Yakura. Yakura, well, Loza, back to Adisu Asfau. Adisu Asfau tries to find Harsabe Gila. Harsabe Gila, Buzayeu Tadese, and stopped in her ranks by the solid Lady Doves defenders.
Well, these ladies with that touch, and look at that clip. It was just a tiny clip, really. You know, sometimes players do get away with that. Very clever play there, but very good refereeing from the center referee. She saw it and she gave it, and look at that. Coach already telling his troops, get your numbers into the box. Get your numbers into the box. And this is Daisy.
Loza Ginore, Captain Fantastic on the CBE side in a free kick. Prime position, 27 yards away from goal. There she is. Takes a shot, but this time round, her technical application lets her down.
Well, Gilbert, this is a lady who has 13 goals already in this tournament. Misjudged this one a little bit. She was trying to be clever with it. However, it just didn't go as planned. And as you look at that Ugandan bench there, asking how are they letting these girls into that final third? It looks like the bankers want to look for more goals.
Loza Ginore with a good run on the right-hand side. Again, solid performance by Christine Madame after Nakuya Sara had been left for the dead here. Good run from the captain there. Again, solid performance by Christine Madame. Well, back into the midfield to the general herself. Adisa's foul. Bogale. Bogale with the good cross, but intercepted there. Picked by Fazila Ikwaput. Ikwaput tries to find Spencer Nakaswa. Nakaswa, poor ball control, still in control, and gives it away to the general herself. Back to Tariko Yakura. Yakura to the general. Adisa Asfaye. Asfaye back to Tizita. Hele Mikhail. Mikhail, Tirikwa. Tirikwa, Mikhail. Mikhail all the way to Asabigila. They start the move to the left-hand side. And Bizaziu Tadese. Tadese back to Tizita Michael. Into the midfield. Adisa Asfaye. Asfaye. Asfaye with a long punt to the right. Tariko Yakura. Tariko Yakura. Losa Ginore. Back to Yakura. 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 Yakura with a punch forward. And easy pick there by Nakita Nabira. Plays the ball back, but again, picked into the midfield by the Lady Doves. Again, they are unable to knit 3 consecutive passes, the team in blue.
Well, Gilbert, they are doing a lot of homework here. You have to give them that. This is technically a very, very technical match. And so far, aside from the goal they've conceded, they're trying to be very technically disciplined. If you look at them and... just conceded a corner there, Gilbert.
Yeah, I think that was Edrin Birungi. And there is a player on the floor. Looks like the player on the floor. I'll show you in a short while. Yes, that is Tigis Tege, the holding midfielder for the CBE side.
Just a little body check there. It was not intentional. They were both going for the ball. And we're seeing her getting some medical attention there.
Well, hopefully the physicians will be able to get her back. And a very smooth game. That's a good pass down the middle, picked by Baza. Baza took her time, collected a ball from Loza, back to Loza, and a good shot from the left foot by Loza to score her 13th goal in 4 matches.
This girl is a scoring machine, Gilbert. That's all we can say. If there's anything that loves her, it's the ball. And if there's anything she loves scoring. And it's 1-0 for the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia as the Lady Doves ponder Hans Akimbo, asking themselves, how are they going to get back into it? The good thing is that it's only 1 goal, 29 minutes played. I don't think they've ever gone this far without scoring a second or a third. This is their first game, so it tells you how technically tight it is.
Technically tight, tactically tight. And Buzayu Tadese on the left. The throw to Bogale. Back to Tadese. Tadese tries to play the ball in the midfield. Again, Nabosa wins it. Big punt forward, trying to get Fazila Ikwapat. Well, very well collected there in the midfield. Hege trying to get to Loza. Loza, and it's a foul on Loza by a very tight defense line there, Nakita Nabira.
Well, we've been talking about Birungi Adrian so much in this first half. She really has her work cut out for her. You are already defending a lady who has 13 goals to her name. Surely, Gilbert, you cannot want to give her any more space.
Absolutely, and another well-floated ball there. It's dipping shot, but again, it just misses the mark.
That is Hasabe Gila with that attempt. She's been taking a few set pieces for this Commercial Bank of Ethiopian side. Good effort, but not good enough to get a goal.
Not good enough to get a goal. Christine Madam, big punt forward to try and get Fazila Ikoput. Again, solid performance from the defenders there. Nakuya and Sara. Sara, Leticia Navosa. Navosa, Ikoput. Ikoput, and it's a foul on Ikoput. Fazila from Tizita Haile Mikhail.
Well, Hasabe Gila and Tisita Haile Mikhail are the two players who've been consistent in that back line. They've really been doing a solid job for the Ethiopians. They are conceding only 3 goals, Gilbert. So it tells you that this is a defense that can actually organize themselves well. Now, it's up to the Ugandans to make this set piece count.
Absolutely. Fazila Ikoput wanting to try from a distance of about 40 yards. And she comes in short. But again, it's a piece of cake for goalkeeper Tirikwa Bargena. Starts from the back, Tirikwa Yakura. Plays to Hasabe Gila. Hasabe Gila, Buzayeu Tardese. Tardese, Sanait Bogale. Again, the intention right, but picked by Leticia Nabosa. Nabosa plays the ball forward, intercepted. Back to Elizabeth Nakigozi. Nakigozi with a long punt forward, picked by Lydia Nyadera. Nyadera, and again, solid performance there by Buzayeu Tardese, the left back on the CBE side.
Well, Gilbert, this Lady Doves side have to try and string their
of
passes.
course, the coach is trying to consult. I'm not sure whom he's consulting, but again, things turning out to be extremely difficult for them as the game progresses into the 32nd minute.
He's getting calls from home telling them, you know, you can do a few changes here and there. And his face is telling you it's a little bit stressful.
Well, he could be consulting anyone. Ball on the right by Adrian Birungi. Birungi, headed ball, but again, goalkeeper Darikwa Bargena leaves the ball for a goal kick. Again, goalkeeper, Coach Birhanu Gizao. Though happy, but with a solid face. Into the midfield, cleared onto Aragesh Dadese. Again, Adrian Birungi, too strong for Aragesh. Throws the ball to Nakuya Sara. Sara with a back pass, poorly taken.
A little bit too strong for her teammate there. You know, these people have very good diet, these Lady Doves of Uganda. So
what do they take? Matoke?
They take matoke and, you know, a little bit too heavy on that ball, so they need to just pull it a little bit down.
Tizita Haile Mikhail notes the ball outside. Adrian Birungi. Birungi received by Busayeo Tadese. In the midfield, Loza. Loza tries to find Boza, but again, solid performance by Nakita Nabira. Again, Baza. Baza cleared off the lines there by Christine Madam.
Well, this Madam looks like that backline does not want to concede any more goals. 34 minutes, and the reason why.
Loza with Baza. Again, a good header and good goalkeeping. Right time at the right place.
Well, what a pass from Loza to Baza. Baza trying her luck to head into the ball there, but it gets the very, very hawk-eyed goalkeeper there.
Spencer Nakaswa. Spencer Nakaswa in the midfield. Elizabeth Nyagosa, she loses it out. Again, picked by Tariko Yakura. Yakura, Baza, Loza, Ginore. Ginore, Bogale. Bogale trying to get to Aragesh Dadese. Intercepted there by Nakito Nabira with a long punt forward, picked in the midfield by Tigist Hege. Hege, Bizayeo Tadese. Tadese, Hagila punts the ball outside for a goal kick. Adrian Birungi.
Look at that. That would have been a little bit of a high width there by...
Punt there by Birungi. Header. Again, the timing of the header wasn't right, but the quality of pass was absolute, and Fazila Ekwaput just failing to nod the ball into the net.
Well, Gilbert, she actually, I think, moved faster than the ball in that particular incident. Otherwise, she was in a very, very good position to score that goal. And I don't think I've seen a coach, Biranu, standing up in most matches. But today, he's unable to have a seat because he's wondering how is it that he's not getting those goals in. And look at that skill there, and that is a foul, Gilbert. Just a little bit of elbow there on Baza.
A foul on Baza by Leticia Nabosa, the midfield general on the Lady Dolls side. Tariko Yakura, big punt forward to try and look for Loza. Loza, again cleared by Nakuya Sara. Sara, back to Hege. Hege, Aragesh. And there's a foul there by Aragesh Tadese. Aragesh scored the first goal. It's actually an offside.
Yes, it is an offside. She moved from an offside to an onside position. Very good refereeing there by the first official.
Absolutely. Back to Aragesh Tadese. Tadese plays the ball back to Tigist. Tigist to the right. Tariko Yakura. Tariko Yakura tries to get to Bogale. Bogale denied by Leticia Nabosa. Nabosa back to Christine Madam. Madam to Nabosa. Nabosa into the midfield to try and find Nakura Sara. They lose it out to Adiso Asfai. Asfai, Aragesh Tadese. Tadese in the midfield, plays the ball back to Hasawe Gila. Hasawe Gila, Tizita, Hele Mikhail. Mikhail into the midfield, Hege back to Tizita. Tirikwa. Hege. Denied again. A big punt forward again by Christine Madam. Solid performance there. Picked by Tariko Yakura. Yakura drops the ball back to Hege. Adisu Asfai. Asfai. Hasabe Gila. Hasabe. Buzazeu Tadese. Buzayeu Tadese on the left-hand side of the attack, trying to get to Loza. Again, Nakito Nabira knocks the ball, still in play, plays the ball to Equaput to Elizabeth, no one, and collected by Tariko Yakura in the midfield. Adiso Asfai to Hege, Tigist Hege, Tarikwa picked by Nabosa. Good skill there. Christine Madam, Nabosa. Big punt there to Fazile Kwaput. Again, solid performance by Hasabe Gila. Back to Tarikwa Yakura in the midfield. Tigist, Asfao to the left-hand side by Buzayeo Tadese. Aragesh Tadese. Again, a good run on the left-hand side by Aragesh Tadese. She brings in a cross. Again, her technical application lets her down in that one.
Well, Gilbert, what a match this is turning out to be. A lot of accurate mispasses, but look at that skill. Telling you, absolutely brilliant. Coming from ladies who know how to ply their trade in this CECAFA, I'm telling you, this is the kind of football we've been enjoying.
Absolutely. A good pass down the middle. Again, the referee, Janet Balama, counts it for an offside on Equaput Fazila.
Well, actually, I think that is Spencer who was caught offside there. And Fazila Equaput wondering how she saw it, why she saw it. Could have been a goal. It should have been a goal. If they
Should
had
have, could have. But Tigis doesn't want to hear none of that. She plays the ball back to Tizita. Hele Mikhail. Hasavegila. Buzayeu Tadese. Buzayeu Tadese holds back. Plays the ball to midfield Maestro. This was foul. Good pass. Again picked by Nakita Nabira. Nabosa plays the ball wide to Christine Madame. Christine Madame, poor control there. Back to Baza. Baza. Back to Tariko Yakura into the midfield. Tigist to Asfao. Asfao wide to Loza. Loza to Bokale again. Good clearance. Back to Loza, and the referee Caroline Wanjala feels that there was an infringement. Ball kicked by Daisy Nakaziro. Again, failing to find the mark. Picked in the midfield again by Tigis. Tigis to Baza. Baza, good skills there. Trying to get to Loza. Loza to Tigis. Tigis, and again, an infringement on Nakita Nabira by Loza Ginore. Foul.
Well, Gilbert, that was an obstruction there. Good call there by the, and look at that. Look at that. Medina Baza. If she's not scoring the goals, she's showing you what she can do.
Absolutely. Skill. Spencer Nakaswa. The foul be taken by Leticia Bosa, but she leaves it.
Goalkeeper there trying to arrange her defense, arrange the walls and make sure they're standing in the right place, just to give her better view of how the ball might come in.
Well, that's a shot there by Elizabeth Dakigoza. Piece of cake for Tarikwa Bargena. On the left, Asabe Gila plays to Loza. Picked in the midfield by Nakuya Sara. Lost again to Baza. Baza. Goalkeeper comes out at the nick of time and starts a quick play here. Leticia Nabosa plays the ball to Nakura Sara. Sara still in the midfield, won by Lydia Nadera. Nadera loses it to Tizita. Loza picked by Edrin Birungi. Edrin Birungi on the right-hand side of the defense. Plays the ball high up, picked by Hasabe Gila. Hasabe Bogale. Buzayeu Tadese finds Baza with a good turn on the right, finding space, trying to get Loza, but again, solid performance by Christine Madame. Picks it to Leticia Nabosa, failing to find her partner here. Again, good cross there into the midfield. Again, Baza caught in no man's land.
Well, Gilbert, what a fast half this has been, and look at that pass there, just trying to get her luck, but it was offside, a very correct call. And actually, Baza was not the one who was offside.
Absolutely. Well, I have to let my lady Midecha down to the touchline to give us an overview of what she's seen in the first half, alongside Eric. Well, 1 minute added time, 45 minutes gone, and still a big tussle in the air between the two sets of players. Coach Berhanu Gizao giving tough instructions to his players. Adrien Bilungi. Long throw trying to find Nadera. Well, it lands on the head of Elizabeth Nekigozi. And again, a poor clearance from Hasabe Gila. grants Lady Doves a corner with the referee's whistle to her mouth. This could be the last cross. Big punt forward. The header there. And again, goalkeeper Tarikwa Bargena at the nick of time just saves the Ethiopians the blushes. There's a good cross here and a good header from Elizabeth Nakigozi. But again, Spencer Nakaswa just waiting in the wings just in case the goalkeeper drops the ball. And at this particular point in time, the goalkeeper had the ball covered. And Caroline Wanjala, the center referee from Kenya, brings this match to an end. It's halftime with the Ethiopians, the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, having had a solid performance in the first half, controlling affairs against the Lady Doves of Uganda, who've literally not created so many chances. And the goalkeeper, Tarikwa Bargena, a good move by Baza to a crime partner, Loza Ginore, in the 8th minute, proves to be the goal that is separating the two. And of course, saying thank you to the Lord. Those girls in black and white, the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia. And that is Loza Ginore, the scorer of the first goal in 8th minute, having put 13 goals past goalkeepers in this tournament in the last 4 matches, being the toast of the day. And as we head to the halftime break, Ethiopia, CBE 1 and Lady Doves of Uganda 0.
Well, it's halftime at the Nyayo National Stadium. They say good things come to those who wait. I tell you what, we've had to wait a long time for this game, but it's been absolutely worth it. That first 45 minutes was everything you'd want and more. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia leading by a goal to nil, but I tell you what, they're not having it their way all the way, because the Lady Doves of Uganda have really come back into the game. In terms of attempts, they've got 9 versus 7. Attempts on target, it's 4 versus 5, and then fouls 8 apiece. And I tell you what, other than the ball possession, which we're having quite a bit of argument here about whether it reflects what's happening on the game, it's fairly even. Gladys, we sort of thought attack versus defense. The Lady Doves, credit to them, they've come to the party and they are giving almost as good as they're getting. Well,
we did say earlier on that they're going to first and foremost change their formation, and that's exactly what they did. They've reverted to a 4-4-2. That is giving them much more time to win the ball from the midfield. However, they're not making much of it in the final third, and that is their biggest undoing. If they can convert the chances they're getting, I mean, they've been able to create 5 chances. That means that they should create those 5 chances to goals, and we've seen the effort they've made.
But even just the fact that they've been able, like when you listened to Ellie at the start, he was like, you know what, give it 4-0, 3-0, 4-0. But they've been at the game, they've been there, they're giving as good as they're getting. The mere fact that they are going toe-to-toe with the Ethiopians, that should give them confidence. That's something they can build on.
This is something they're going to build on. They do have a few people in their bench that they can bring on to spice up this game and just give more attacking options. What they need to do is that they need to stop giving away those blind balls. I mean, they're really not stringing complete passes, and that's a problem for them, because the one thing that they're trying to do is cut off supply for the Ethiopians. And this is the first time, the first match, we are seeing at halftime that the Ethiopians don't have less than 2 goals or 3 goals, so to speak.
Ellie, she's talking as if the Ethiopians are losing, but they are leading by a goal to nil. And we spoke about this lady. We said, you know what? These are the 2 people to watch out for.
And it only took them 8 minutes. 8 minutes. In the second half, we're going to count 8 minutes again.
Now, let me tell you something, James. This
Yes.
is a team that I have had the privilege to watch them from group stage. I'm telling you, 8 minutes is a little bit too late. And then after 8 minutes, the next 30 minutes, we didn't see them attack as much as we would like. Because if you see the possession, it was 58-42. They are so used to being dominant that they're not understanding what is going on. Credit to the Lady Doves. I mean, you are giving them 4 goals, and here I am, still very optimistic that this match is going to end 2-1. And honestly, James, I
2-1
don't
to who?
know. I don't know. That is the problem.
Let me tell you this.
Why is it the
Let's
problem?
do what we know. Let's
Okay.
look back at what has happened in that first 45 and see some of the attempts coming on early on. We spoke about her. We said, you know what? This girl is key to how Ethiopia plays. Very, very fast attempt here, and it goes to Medina. Well, now, Ellie, we spoke about the way they play and
Yes.
just the way they control the ball and the way they make the moves between them. It's absolutely fantastic. This was probably the first chance. Could have done better, should have done better, given especially how well we saw she finishes in the build-up to this game.
A lapse in concentration and you're punished. Look at that pass. One time, didn't even look up, knew where she was supposed to go to, and the ball was received on her weaker foot, unfortunately. But so far, so good. We have been seeing those intricate passes being exchanged between the forwards. And unfortunately, Tadesse has not been the best of the forward players, and we have been seeing her crosses have been quite feeble, some not even getting it to into the box accurately. So if they can fix that left wing, I assure you we're getting 3 more goals here.
Well, speaking of the 3 goals we are getting, let's talk about the goal we've gotten. The goal came in really, really well worked out goal. And like we spoke about it, the key thing to stopping Commercial Bank of Ethiopia is finding a way to stop the 2 girls. They are the ones who destroy most teams. And I think at this point, Gladys, as much try as they could, the Lady Doves just didn't have an answer, because this was a really, really well constructed goal. Just look at that give and go, and then back to you, and then the finish, Gladys.
And the donkey
finish.
work was being done by Medina Baza, lady who we are talking about here. As I said earlier, she's not the biggest of players, but look at the skills that she possesses, and what a pass that was, again, to her partner in crime, Gioneri Loza, and she looked at the goalkeeper, saw that the goalkeeper had already closed in and was going down, so she lifted the ball up. Beautiful, beautiful, well
For me,
taken
it's the 1-2.
goal.
I mean, it's
That's what I was
beautiful.
gonna
It's
say.
a give. It's give it to me. There you go. Then move. Then go. Like, it's so intricate, and it's in between a host of players. But the way they're able to find each other early, for me, that's the key for me.
And that's,
I mean,
and that's
it's-
how they've been playing throughout this tournament. I mean, this is the first time we're seeing them struggle, trying to create more and more passes. We've watched them throughout the group, and this is the first time that they're actually finding a team that is giving them so much pressure. This is actually a very interesting semi-final.
Ellie, let's just look at it again and find out, because there's always the question of did it or didn't it cross the line? Always a
Yes.
big question.
Yeah.
So maybe we just have it one more time, looking at it from this vantage point, and yes,
Definitely
it does
did.
cross the line.
Yes,
So
what a
VAR
shot.
coming to work here. But on the whole, when you look at it, the way this game has gone on, Ellie, you thought the Ethiopians would be a lot more dominant. They aren't. What do you think they need to do to press more their dominance, to dominate more, to be more in the game than they have been?
Actually, I'm quite impressed with what the Lady Doves are putting, the show they're putting, because the defense is absolutely giving a good performance. Tactically, they are very narrow, compact. Breaking them down is very hard. And I don't know how CBE managed to score that goal, because CBE can't. After that goal, they can't penetrate through the middle. They have to go to the flank, then they cross it in. And as we have talked about, the crosses aren't getting in. So to break down this Lady Dove side, what they need to do is CBE need to play a little bit more quicker and be more decisive. Any chance you get, bang it. If you don't, the chances are going to be few and far in between.
Well, speaking of what the Lady Doves, what CBE need to do, what about the Lady Doves? Because they have pressed forward, they forced a few saves from the Ethiopians. At the start, everyone thought, well, will they be able to push? But yes, they have, and here's just one of those instances where Selassie had to come out and make a save, because once they get going, it's a good move down the right, and then the ball comes in, and she makes the save, and the defender then helps her out. But this shows you, Gladys, if you switch off for a minute, Doves have the quality.
They actually have the quality. They are very compact, as Ellie said. And the one thing that they need to do is be quicker in the final third and be more decisive. I mean, we've already seen that the goalkeeper of the CBE side is actually spilling the ball. So if that happens, they should be able to have a man there who can collect the 50-50 balls and just tap it in.
And speaking of the Doves, let's see another attempt that they had in that first half. Towards the end of that game, they really grew in stature. And once again, it's a long ball forward. I know Ellie doesn't like them much. At times wonders why guys keep going long. But this one, they sort of find their way into the box, a bit of lucky ricochet here or there. And it's from distance, but it's hit well.
What a save, what a shot. Equal put. I call that she's going to score a goal, and
Yes.
I still think that she's going to score a goal. What we have seen, what she can offer, and it's top quality, top notch. And for me, I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the save here.
You're saying it's good goalkeeping?
Yeah, that was good goalkeeping.
Well,
actually, if I were to rate every single player in the CBE squad, 8 out of 10.
Ben seems to agree with you. It was a good save, and there she is.
Yeah.
She's just sort of pushing and urging each other on. What I like, though, is just the quality, guys. For me, it's the quality. The quality has been unbelievable. It's been, no offense to the first game, but the quality in this game is on another level. Maybe you just look at the benches and find out, Gladys, who does what? What does CBE do? Who do they change?
Well, first and foremost, I think something is not working out for Boiso today in the midfield. So I actually foresee Dengiso coming in. She's been absolutely instrumental. She's wearing the jersey number 14. She's been absolutely instrumental for this CBE side. She knows how to string those passes into the midfield. And so I do see her coming in for Boiso, who's had a little bit of a tough game, in my opinion.
Ellie, let's look at the other team. Let's look at the Lady Doves of Uganda. What do they do? Can they change? Is there someone there they can change when you look at what do you think?
For me, I don't think they should change anything, actually. The only thing that they need to do is that the midfield need to be a little bit more quicker and play the passes instead of just hitting the balls forward. Once they do that, I mean, they're going to change the game. They're going to get
I'm going to disagree with you, Ellie.
with you
I'm going to disagree with you, Ellie. I think Spencer has had a very, very quiet game. I'd like to see Alupo Nora coming into this game because she is another good goal scorer. She knows how to make those runs in the flank, and they're playing the long ball. So you need someone who has speed and someone who's going to threaten that defense. We've already seen this Ethiopian side a little bit lackluster in their defense. So if there's a chance for them to get a goal, I think Alupo Nora would be the player to bring in.
And there you have it. You've got the Lady Doves coming back. There's the coach. They're walking in. You can see last-minute introductions, last-minute instructions being given. This is what you should do. This is what you should do. And I think it's all setting up for a fantastic second half. Both of you had predictions. You are welcome to change your mind. Ellie, you sticking with your 3-4-0, or are you going to sort of change it?
Well, I predicted 3-1, 4-1 thereabout, and I'm still sticking with. Let me change 3-1 to be exact.
So, now you've gone down by just the one goal.
I'm still sticking with 2-1. The kind of play that is being here, it's going to be absolutely tight.
Gladys, it's okay to stick to 2-1, but you've got to pick a side.
Okay, fine. I'm going to be the devil's advocate. I'm going for Lady Doves. 2-1 for Lady Doves.
There's Gladys. She is tipping the team that is dressed in what is her top color, blue. So maybe there's a little bit of being impartial or being partial to one side. But you know what? One way to find out, it's the second half of this game. The first half was absolutely incredible. The Commercial Bank of Ethiopia leading by a goal to nil. The Lady Doves of Uganda have it all to do in the second half.
And in Tunisia, in Addis Ababa, of course, people assembled there to try and follow this match. Live coming to you from Nyayo National Stadium. The Lady Doves of Uganda have conceded 1 goal against the CBE of Ethiopia. As we said in the second half, we do expect that there's going to be a lot of changes, especially from the coaches in the dugout, trying to at least push their teams forward to see whether they can be able to run away with this one. Well, the CBE of Ethiopia have started it on a good note here in the midfield. Adisu Asfal. Well, she plays it to Bogale. Bogale back to Asfal. Asfal, Asfal, Asfal again plays the ball wide to Buzayel. Buzayel gives it to Aragesh Tadese. Loses it out to a solid performance here from the Lady Doves side. Throw in from Buzayel Tadese. Again, with a long punt in the box there. Irene Akiror taps it back to the goalkeeper, Daisy Nakaziro. Long punt forward to try and get to Fazila Ekoput, but again, solid performance there. Baza. Baza loses it out in the midfield in there. Quick start there by Christine Madame to Nabosa. Nabosa plays it back, and the long punt again. No man's land, picked by Bogale. Bogale, again, solid performance from Adrien Virungi. Virungi, Hagila loses it in the midfield. Elizabeth, Nabosa loses it to Adis Asfau. Asfau, Tigist, Tarikwa Yakura, back to Baza, Tigist. Long pass collected by Lydia Nyadera in the midfield. Big tussle there. Leticia Nabosa fouled. Another quick restart by Nakuya Sara on the left-hand side. Christine Madame. Big punt forward to try and get to Nyadera. She loses it out. Ball still in play. Nakuya Sara. Sara to the right-hand side. Elizabeth Nakigozi. Nakigozi with a shot of her own. But again, how to welcome back Lady Mideja in the commentary booth.
Well,
what do you expect, Mideja?
Thank you very much, Gil. But my expectation is that Lady Doves will actually have an answer to the goal they've conceded to Ethiopia. And what a second half it is proving to be already. 2 minutes into it, threatening to get into that goal, but that effort just went to the Doves in the sky.
Absolutely, the goal went to the Doves. The shot went to the Doves in the sky. On the right, Tarikwa into the midfield, Loz Ginore. The captain tries to find a prime partner, but good interception. Picked up by Bizayehu. Baza to Bagale! And the ball just goes over the bar. Misses that goal by a whisker.
Well, Gilbert, these Ethiopians have decided that it has become a little bit too much for them to get into that very tight defense of the Lady Doves. So they're trying to shoot outside the box.
Good run on the left by Aragesh Tadese. Aragesh Tadese with cross. Lozo! And again, very good cross there coming from Aragesh Tadese on the left-hand side. Good run.
Good run, good skill. She just lost her marker there, and not the best of headers there by Captain Fantastic, a lady who we know can score the goals. A little bit of infringement there. Referee gives it to the Lady Doves. And Gilbert, serious face, work face, game face.
Yeah, that is Buzayel Tadese, who came in on the left back and trying a long punt forward. Intercepted, collected by Aragesh. Aragesh to Bogale. Bogale, Aragesh. Aragesh, 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 back to Bogale. Bogale, Aragesh, Aragesh again. Some quality defending there from Edrin Birungi.
Well, she really didn't have much of support, and you saw her time wasting there because the support was not enough. She was waiting for the numbers to come up. As we see someone here getting a booking. Medina Baza looks to be having slight of a limp. Ooh,
well, that's stomping on her, just right on her toes. And they know that's a bench, but she's holding on to her hamstring.
Well, she has. Well, Gilbert, something interesting just happened in the pitch, and it looks like the fourth official has taken over as the center referee.
It's very, very interesting because Caroline Wanjala has been replaced as a center referee by Josephine Wanjiko from Kenya. And Wanjala takes over the position of the first assistant. I think she's taken over from Jen Cherono, who's not feeling well. Bogale back to Aragesh Tadese. Tadese against Birungi. Tadese still in play, plays the ball back to Bizayeo Tadese. Bizayeo, Loza drops the ball down and tries to find Tigges to the shot! Again, solid performance there by Christine Madame on the left back position for the Lady Doves.
Well, Gilbert, that was a good shot, but again, good defending. Christian Madame has done an excellent job there defending that, and corner here.
Well, another header there, and it's intimated that actually ball went out before it came back in.
And looks like Medina Baza.
That's Medina Baza. I think with the hamstring, normally very difficult, very difficult for a hamstring to heal quickly. Nabosa collected in the midfield by Bogale. Bogale plays the ball back to Aragesh. Aragesh back to Buzayeu Tadese. Tadese to Aragesh. Aragesh. Again, she picks it up again. Buzayeu Tadese. Tadese, Bogale, quick feet, Bogale. And I think they were not in sync with Aragesh.
Well, what display that was, and
well, it's been a big tussle, especially on the left-hand side, and I think they are making a substitution here. Vihiga are making a substitution. Lady Doves are making a substitution. They are bringing in Alupenora. I think that is the center referee, Caroline Wanjala, not feeling well, and she has been replaced by Josephine Wanjiko from Kenya. Alupenora comes in and brings more punch in the forward line. Again, cleared. Medina Baza, Loza, Bogale to the right-hand side to midfielder Tigist. She loses it out, and that is Ikoput. Again, solid performance there. Adiswa's foul, plays back to Hagila, Bogale, Hagila, Buzayeho, Bogale, again trying to get to Aragesh Tadese. Again, poor clearance from the Lady Dove side for a throw-in.
Well, Gilbert, that is a Lupinora. She has come in for Lydia Nyandera. They're just trying to add their numbers in attack there. And Lupinora is actually very, very quick on the ball, very good, very smart player. She has a lot of individual brilliance. And, you know, sometimes in these matches, that is all you need.
Baza, goalkeeper loses it out. But again, quick reflex action from goalkeeper Daisy Nakaziro, denying Medina Baza an opportunity there.
Well, look at that. Look at that chip from Loza. And that was actually a very, very dangerous play there from Medina Baza. She is lucky not to have gotten a card for that high boot, because that box is usually the goalkeeper's department. That is home for her. She is secure there.
Absolutely. Well, tough outing. The coach there, Birhanu Gizao, really doesn't want to sit. It's really hot. The seat is very, very hot, though a little bit chilly at Nyayo National Stadium. Ball played back to Hasabe Gila, trying to place the ball in the midfield. Again, picked up by Nakuya Sara. Sara loses it out to Tigist. Tigist with a long pass, trying to get to Aragesh Tadese, but it threw all the way to the goalkeeper. Tariqua Bargena. Long punt forward and tries to get to Buzayeho. Picks it out, Nabosa against Bogale, and Bogale fouls Nabosa. Quick start.
Well, good use of body. Good use of body there, Gilbert, just shielding, and Boizo looks a little bit injured. Remember, she didn't play in the last group stage match against Ye Joint Stars. It's good to see her back in action, and you can see she's a little bit uncomfortable.
I think she was hit on her lips.
Yes.
There's a different color on her mouth.
There we see the substituted referee.
Well, and that's a deep pass by Adisas Fai, collected by Teriko Yakura to Baza. Baza with a 1-2 between Baza and Loza, back to Baza, and then back to Loza, and a good shot, quality shot from Loza Ginore for the first goal of the day and the 13th goal in total in 4 matches that she's played.
Well, the first and only goal this game is proving to be a little bit mean with the goals.
Mean with the goals. Adrian Birundo. Adrian, goalkeeper comes out, punches the ball backward, and a good shot there coming in from Elizabeth Nakigoza, but her technical application lets her down in that particular instance, and goalkeeper Terikwa Bargena intimates that she got injured in the process.
Well, look at that. Again, very clever. Very clever set piece taken into the goal area. And again, communication between a goalkeeper and her defender has to be precise. If you are coming out as the goalkeeper, just make sure you tell your defender not to touch the ball. And we're seeing a few players here looking like they're pulling their muscles. And when a goalkeeper is injured, play has to stop because they can't take the keeper out. Can't play without the keeper. Lady Doves looking at that goal and wondering how will they get it to the back of the net.
Well, it's a tough encounter here. Because today the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia have not really had it easy And just some patching up on Retisia Nabosa. On her arm, looks like she got injured in some of the incident that happened on the pitch. And the team physician, of course, Josephine Wanjiko has come in as the center referee in place of Caroline Wanjala, who has not been feeling well. And therefore, the first time in a tournament that a referee has been substituted. Well, we do pray that she gets well soon and hopefully get back to her normal business. On the other side, Sainat Bogale Boizo also got injured, and she has had some color from her mouth, and praying that she gets back on her feet. It's a foul there from the Ethiopians, and Tizita Hele Mikhail complaining that she really didn't do nothing. That's what she's complaining.
Oh, look at that face. Game face on there. No nonsense defender. And you know, even if you did do something, Gilbert, you have to say not guilty until proven guilty.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
not guilty until proven guilty.
She is in the right of her defense, and this is a very dangerous area. With the shots that the Ugandans are taking, this Lady Dove side might just be able to be lucky to pull one in here, especially if the goalkeeper spills it.
Elizabeth Dakigoza leaves it for Ikopoto. Fazila Ikwaput. Fazila Ikwaput. She has just perfected the purity of striking the ball. When her foot meets the ball, it's a heavenly connection. What a way to get back into this game. Solid performance, quite a distance, about 30 yards from the goal, and Ikwaput makes it so easy.
Well, Gilbert, I was just talking about how powerful of a shot she does take, and look at that. The goalkeeper was actually standing right on the other side, and she put it, you know, took the goalkeeper shopping, took her to the wrong direction, and look at the jubilation from the Lady Dove bench. Absolutely delighted. What an equalizer.
What an equalizer. Terikwa doesn't really know what hit her. And Ikwaput with all the smiles on her face, all the smiles in the world. Ikwaput levels the score for Lady Doves, and as we speak, CBE 1 and the Lady Doves 1.
Well, Gilbert, this is the first game where Medina Baza has been substituted. Tigis Tege making...
Yes, Tig is actually making way for Ware, turning number 11.
And Almesh Sefa has also made come in for Yakura. Yakura has come in, fresh legs here for the Ethiopians, and for the first, for the Lady Doves, they've made their second substitution. Nakwa Spencer, who's had a very quiet game, very quiet game, Spencer, has made way for Joelia. I know Joelia is a very very big lady there, donning jersey number 9. Beautiful lady, tough opponent.
Well,
And
Spencer Nakaswa having been drawn, and her place being taken over by Nagadia Joella on the Lady Dove side. And of course, Tigis Hege leaving it to Were, and another long pass in the goal area, but again, Tariqua Bargena picks the ball, commences the attack from the right-hand side into the midfield. Tonight, another good pass there to Loza. Loza in the midfield. Tonight to the right side. Tariqua Yakura. She plays it back. Adiso Asfao. Loza. Loza. With a big punt in the midfield to the goalkeeper. But again, too long for Medina Baza.
That was a very easy pick for her. Good goalkeeping insight there. Daisy Nakaziro doing her job, earning her pay.
Well, still a battle into the midfield. Nakura Sara. Sara tries to play to Elizabeth Nakigozi. Well, another good pass, again, well intercepted. Nakura Sara, long pass trying to get to Fazila Ikoput, picked by Sanait Bogale. Bogale, Loza. Loza, who's been quiet. Loza wriggling her way through, and a foul there by Nakito Nabira.
Right in front of the referee there. And the tackle, as you can see it, just in between, just making sure she's created distraction, giving her troops time to organize themselves there as the CBE of Ethiopia get ready to take that free kick.
Hagila Sabe. Well, a dipping shot there, but again, it didn't dip on time, and it's a goal kick.
Well, we've seen her taking plenty of this, really not materializing into anything, but Daisy did not want to take any chance there, just making sure it's way above the goalpost, because we've seen that sometimes the goalpost is a good assistance of goals.
Well, again, a good clearance there from the Lady Doves. Bogale into the midfield. Nabosa, and to Fazila Ikopat to the good sneak in there, and of course getting a corner from Bisayehu Tadese.
And Gilbert, there's a level of confidence that has just been exuded by this Lady Dove side ever since they scored that goal. Not even that, even ever since they came into the second half, they've just grown into the game. They're getting better and better with every minute of this game. 68 minutes gone. Let's see how they take this set, Gilbert.
Edrin Birungi drops the ball in the defense, again cleared. Still in possession, the Lady Doves. Big punt forward by Nakita Nabira. Goalkeeper Tariqua Bargena. Long punt forward again. Trying to get to Baza, and it's a foul. The foul on Baza by Nakita Bira, and I think the referee, Wanjiko, pulls a yellow card on Nakito.
Well, Gilbert, that is a yellow card, and she's actually very lucky not to have gotten a red card, because I thought she was the last lady standing there. And she was already on a warning by the referee, and that reaction just tells you it doesn't matter as long as she just didn't get into the score sheet.
Well, that facial expression from Coach Fred Musimi.
That is Nakito Nabira on a yellow card there. She has been warned several times by the referee, the new referee. And that clip.
Well, we have a game at our hands. 1-1 in 69th minute, and that was a shot from a distance by Fazila Ikwaput, finding the goalkeeper napping in the top corner, and she equalizes for the Lady Doves of Uganda. Spirited performance from this Ugandan side. They have moved into the 5th gear and are actually pushing the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia into their own rearguard. Another set piece. Of course, the 4th official who's coming as a century free, Josephine Wanchiko, asking the Lady Doves to move back. Loza Ginore from a distance places the ball, and the goalkeeper Daisy Nakazira from a drop ball pushes the ball for a corner.
Very good goalkeeping there, and good insight from the goalkeeper. Well taken free kick. She moved fast, very, very fast, and that is what worked to her advantage.
Well, very, very pensive moments in that box. And it's a corner kick from the right-hand side. It's delivered. Loza! Very good header there by Rosa, and ball must have been touched by the Lady Doves defenders there.
Yes, it was actually the lady on a yellow card, Nakito Nabira, who got attached to it.
Well, another corner, the short corner, in from the right. Quick feet, again, good ball movement there by Bizayo Tadese. Long punt in the box, trying to find Loza. Good goalkeeping by Daisy Nakaziro. Again, back into the midfield. Bogale. And to Ware. Ware picked by Adiso Asfao. Adiso Asfao to Asefa. Asefa into the midfield. Again, Asefa. Asefa, the long punt into the box, picked by Medina. Back to Bogale, still in play. The ball is dropped back, and the midfield maestro herself, Adiso Asfao, tries to take a shot. But again, the goalkeeper, Daisy, picks it up.
She's picking up the pieces very well, and that was a bit of a defensive blunder, and the goalkeeper did very well to come out of her line, because that would have been a corner kick if it had gone out.
Absolutely. End-to-end game with Lady Dow stepping into 5th gear here. Ikwaput back to Elizabeth Nakigozi. Nakigozi to Ikwaput. Adrian Virungi, the good run on the right, good cross. Noella! Oh, it's off target. Nagatia Dewela came in for Spencer Nakaswa as the lead striker there from a cross by Virungi.
And what a cross that was. She placed herself in the correct position. She just didn't get the direction of that header correct, but what an effort from the Lady Doves. And the new addition, Joella, no, she is looking like a threat there, Gilbert.
Asefa, good pass down the line there, trying to get to Aragesh Bogale with the shot, but it's a feeble one. Goalkeeper makes mince meat of it.
Well, nothing special about it, Gilbert. She should have put a little bit more effort to it, and it's just good to keep her busy and know her that you're still around.
Ware, Bogale, again, it's picked by Buzeyeu Tadese. Tadese, Asfao, Asefa losing it out, and it's picked again in the midfield by Adiso Asfao. Back to Asefa. Asefa plays the ball back into the midfield to Ware. Ware plays to Sanait Bogale. Bogale plays wide to Asefa. Asefa collected into the midfield by Aragesh. Aragesh doesn't hit the target, but what a way for Aragesh, who has had a very good afternoon.
She has had a very good afternoon. Good. We've seen her do that several times today, and you can see the frustration on her face. She feels like she's not doing enough. And this is when it matters, so every reaction matters.
Every reaction matters. And that's a good pick by Leticia Dabosa. Dabosa again. Pass doesn't go to the intended player, Bogale. Bogale plays into the midfield to Ware. Ware plays it back to Asefa. Asefa tries to get to Loza. Loza loses it out. Picked again in the midfield by Asfao. Asfao loses it to Nagadia Joella. Back to Nabosa. Nabosa with a long punt trying to get to Fazila Ikwaput. But again, Buzegeo Jadese doesn't want to hear none of that. The throw in by Adrian Birungo. Birungo with a long punt forward trying to look for Luca Nora. But her header just going out by a whisker.
Well, Gilbert, we know that these crosses have been absolutely brilliant from the Lady Doves side. And again, Birungi Adrian with another good cross. They're trying to find Alupanora, and Alupanora knows how to place herself, and that is a very poorly taken goal kick, Gilbert.
Nabosa controlling that midfield for Lady Doves. Big punt forward by Nakito. Nakito picked in the midfield by Bogale. Back to Loza. Loza back to Bogale again. Quality defending by Irene Akiror. Akiror tries to head the ball out. Instead heads to Loza. It's a long punt forward. Noela, and it's a foul by and this was foul on Noela Joella Nagadia.
Well, you know, that's the difference in strikers. When you know where you want to go and it doesn't matter how far it is, you try and make those runs, Gilbert, and that is exactly what she's doing. Pulling that defense, and they know that they can get a goal from there. They've seen where the loopholes are and they keep pushing and they keep trying. But Gilbert, the accurate miss passes from the Lady Doves midfield is really, really concerning me. They need to make sure that they are completing more passes.
Elizabeth Nakigozi, big fun, and just missing it. It was actually heading towards the goal. Whether her intention was to take a shot or to bring a cross, it really did the purpose, and it just almost catches goalkeeper Tarikwa, but again napping.
Quite right, Gilbert, by a whisk, and they've been doing that all evening, especially in the second half. They've been getting more of the ball, this Lady Dove side, and the Ethiopians, this bankers of Ethiopians, need to make sure that they're not letting those kind of mistakes happen in their half.
Well, tough encounter.
The coach there,
too much pressure on both sides. In the midfield, Bogale, Adisu, Asfao to Ware loses it in the midfield to Alupanora trying to find Nagadia again. Sabugila loses it out to Christine Madame. It's a big fight there between Nakuya Sara and Loza. Starts a quick one. Ware tries to get the ball to the left hand side. Aragesh Tadese back to Bogale to Medina with a quick turn, back to Bogale again, quick feet, ball to Ware tries to get to Medina, but it's picked up. Nagadia Ikoput, again, solid performance from Asabe Gila. But and the back, Aragesh to Loza with a shot! Goalkeeper comes out at the nick of time. Daisy Nakaziro and saves the blushes here.
Well, Gilbert, really, that was a beautiful pass from Medina Baza. She should, once she left the defender, she should have taken that shot. There was no need to really pass that ball. However, Good effort by Loza. She can do better. But really, I think that was the chance that she should have taken to get a goal herself.
Another run there by Baza. Again, solid performance there from Madame Christine. Madame Christine has really worked her stockings off and has proved to be very solid in that defense.
Well, I don't think the Commercial Bank of Ethiopian side have ever been in this kind of tension. Look at that bench. They are all on their feet, and that is Hiwoit Dengiso.
Another cross in. Goalkeeper Daisy Nakaziro comes out at the nick of time. Wow. She's been absolutely outstanding in goal for the Lady Doves. A quick restart. Adisu has fouled. Adisu, Bogale. Bogale trying to get to Baza. Baza looking up. Good movement on the right-hand side. Aragesh Tadese still in play. Tadese! Goalkeeper Daisy Nakaziro. But it looks so easy for Aragesh Tadese. And the coach, Birhanu Gizol, knows that was the moment.
Another beautiful pass there from Baza, and then again Tadase beats her marker. First, second. And
well, equal put to the good cross. Alupenora. Wow. End-to-end action here from both sides. And very quality pass there from Equipat, trying to find the partner in crime, Alupenora, but the ball had already gone out.
And that was a good job there by assistant captain Riticia Nabosa. She's the one who won that ball, but very quick thinking, very quick feet from Fazila Ikwaput. And look at that save there, Gilbert. Tadase just trying her best to beat both defenders, and she did, and the goalkeeper closed in, and a very good save from Daisy Nakaziro.
Well, good save from Daisy Nakaziro. I think she had the whole of her body behind the ball, and that's very good goalkeeping. And the lady Aragesh Tadese knows that would have been the moment.
She just can't believe it. You know, she was hoping she could win it for the CBE of Ethiopia, and I think there's a player down here. We're just trying to get to know who it is. And look at the number of players trying to get medical attention there. That is Burktan Tadase, 1-1 on the scoreboard there, Gilbert. Very tight match, 83 minutes gone. I know we saw goals, but I didn't think we'd see very few goals. And this semi-finals, like the one that was on earlier, only 3 goals. Here, 2 goals already. Can they get a decisive goal? And who will get the decisive goal, Gilbert? And looks like there's a player out here for the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia. And let's just look at what happened.
Well, that was a good run. It was a good run by Nagadia Joella. And I think that is Leticia Nabosa, the midfield general on the Lady Doves side, also walking out injured. Hasabegila, the long punt forward, drops into the feet of Madame Christine. Madame Christine again putting pressure at the top, trying to find Nagadia Joella, Alupenora. Again, long run there by Ikopat, but the ball moves to first for a throw-in.
Well, have you seen that ball control, Gilbert? Very beautiful ball control there by Joella, the new addition in this second half.
Bogale into the midfield, and she loses it to Elizabeth. Oh, good shot there from a distance by Elizabeth Nakigozi. She had an opportunity to be able to move at least a few more yards. But again, good shot from her and good goalkeeping. Again, still asking questions in the midfield. Ware plays it out to Asefa. Asefa Alemresh. Asefa Alemresh, who came in for Tariko Yakura on the right back. Solid performance by Irene Akiror. Into the midfield by Nakuya Sara. Sara loses it to Ware. Ware back to Loza. Loza, Bogale. Bogale wide to Buzayeu Tadese. Buzayeu Tadese back to Bogale. Bogale back to Tadese. Tadese, the cross there, again, solid performance. Back pass and picked by Bogale. Bogale to Loza. And again, solid performance there from the Lady Doves. Still on Loza, back to Ware. Ware drops the ball to Asefa Alemresh. Asefa Alemresh together with Alupanora. Alupanora becomes the victor in that one. Elizabeth Nakigozi trying to get to Nagadia, but again, ball picked in the midfield by Bogale. Bogale with another through ball there. Goalkeeper comes out, doesn't clear the ball. And Christine Madame, another long punt forward, trying to get hold of Nagadia Joella. Again, good defensive display here from the Ethiopians. Asabe Gila plays it to Bisayeu Tadese. Tadese back into the midfield to Adisu Asfao. Adisu Asfao, Ware comes in, Medina Baza. Medina Baza with quick feet, again, tries to get to Tadese, loses it at the nick of time. Again, poor clearance there from the Lady Doves, picked by Buzayeu. Buzayeu Tadese with the run, trying to get herself into the box, gives it to Bogale. Bogale, Medina Baza. Medina Baza, again, Alupinora comes the nick of time to clear the ball. Tizita Haile Mikhail. Bogale to Tadese. Tadese, quality clearance coming in from Nakito Nabira.
Well, Gilbert, the last 3 minutes have been very, very intense. I think that ball, let's look at it, and was it a peek for a handball there, Gilbert? CBE of Ethiopia trying to imply that the Lady Doves caught the ball with the hand and not the feet as is required. But
well,
Lady Doves really need to compose themselves here.
Absolutely. Buzayehu Tadese. Again, cleared by Leticia Nabosa. Solid and compact. Buzayehu loses out to Nabosa. Nabosa loses the ball out to Hagila. Hagila again, Nagadia comes in and she picks a throw-in. Pensive moments for the Lady Doves bench.
Substitution there is being made, and we are seeing Kanyango Harima coming in for the very industrious Nakigozi Elizabeth. Nakigozi Elizabeth is making a way for Kanyago Karima. Fresh legs for the Lady Doves of Uganda at this decisive moment. And Gilbert, a lot of accurate miss passes here from both teams. They're losing the ball as much as they're getting it. And,
absolutely. Kanyago coming in for Elizabeth Nakigozi.
Foul there on Boys, midfield maestro.
Well, it's proving to be a tough outing here with only 1 minute to the final whistle. Still, the Ethiopians asking questions, and the Lady Doves putting up a very, very solid performance, especially in the second half. Just denying the Ethiopians time and space to be able at least to enjoy their kind of football. They've clearly restricted them to playing 3 or 4 passes only, unlike the other matches where we saw them knitting so many passes in a span of 1 minute. Ware with the pass on the right-hand side. Medina Baza! What a shot there from Medina Baza on the right-hand side of the attack.
Well, Gilbert, what a shot it was. They can't seem to find space to get into the box. So they're trying the shots outside the box. And Madame there, Christine, who's been absolutely brilliant, just a little bit with a poor clearance. And 3 minutes of added time there, Gilbert. I wonder what decision will be made. Are we going to go into extra time or penalties? Well, we'll wait to see.
Loza, a beautiful control, chest control there by Loza Kinore. Kept quiet in the second half, and what a way to come into this one.
Well, that was not an offside. She was in the right position in between defenders. You'll never get it wrong, but good decision making there by Daisy Nakaziro. She's been excellent for the Lady Doves.
Absolutely.
Conceding only 1 goal throughout this tournament so far.
Asefa Alemresh. Back to Loza. Asefa. Back to Ware. Bogale. Asfaw Adiso picked by Ikopat Fazila. Good ball movement there. To the right, Birungi tries to play a long ball. Collected in the midfield by Fazila Ikwaput. Leticia Nabosa with a long punt forward trying to find Alupenora. Again, she doesn't meet the ball the way it's required. Picked by Tizita Haile Mikhail. To the right, back into the midfield to Asefa Lemersh. Asefa plays the ball long, trying to get to Medina, and to Aragesh. Again, solid performance there. And trying to keep it in the game, but she loses it. And an opportunity for Buzayeo Tadese.
Well, Gilbert, what a match this has been.
Well, it's been a tight match. It's really been a tight match. Aragesh Tadese finding it out with the Leticia Nabosa and Birungi throws the ball out again. Quick restart there. Tadese, this time round, she loses it, and it's a throw-in for the Lady Doves. Tired legs out here. They've been playing for 92 minutes, and I think the 3 added minutes by the match officials is over, and I think 1 player on the ground there.
There's Ikwaput.
And that's Ikwaput Fazila,
Goal
the scorer of the goal.
Well, I can see we're thinking alike. They say great minds think alike, Gilbert. And Ikwaput is looking injured. And Gilbert, really, today's weather has been a little bit interesting, slightly cooler than earlier on. So the muscles must be a little bit tight.
Absolutely. And you can even see it from the bench of the Ethiopians. While they're in intensive mood, and at the same time they are feeling cold, a little bit chilly at the Nyayo National Stadium. Well, if this game ends the way it is, we shall be heading into extra time with each half of 15 minutes. And any time from now, referee Josephine Wanjiko may call this game to a close. And yes, Josephine Wanjiko has sent the game into extra time. And for the first time, the CBE of Ethiopia have really been stretched in a match that everyone expected that it's going to be a rollover. But again, Lady Doves have really put up a performance to behold. And at full time, of course, Lady Doves are tying 1-1 against the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia.
Well, Gilbert, these are the goals that were scored in this match. And look at that individual brilliance there by Medina Berza. If she's not scoring goals, she's assisting. And what a 1-2 there between her and Loza. Very beautiful goal. And look at the celebration there, Gilbert. But what a response from Ikwoput. She's been absolutely brilliant in this tournament. What a free kick. What a player. And this lady has been looking for a goal, and she scored it at the right moment when it mattered, giving them a chance to go to extra time with this Commercial Bank of Ethiopia. Gilbert, this has been the semi-final of the day for me.
It's been the semi-final of the day. Well, we've seen the CBE roll over other teams, but in this one, I think the tactical superiority of the Lady Doves from Uganda has really shown in this one. They've really stretched this Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, and whether they still have the legs to be able to move in for another 30 minutes is a question that will be answered in the next few minutes as we prepare to go into extra time. And Nagadia Joella, who came in place of Spencer Nakaswa, has really put a lot of punch in the forward line for the Lady Dove. Of course, the coach is not trying to tie the pieces together to see what will go into this extra time, because I believe that this is the first time in the tournament that both teams have really been stretched. And of course, Josephine Wanjiko, the substitute referee for Caroline Wangela, who went out not feeling well. Some instructions coming from Coach Berhanu Gizao of the CBE. And of course, with the pace of the match, you'd expect also the match officials just to take some times off and get some regeneration.
Well, Gilbert, I'm telling you, the tension in the pitch can be felt from this commentary box. If we're feeling it here, I wonder how they're feeling down there. And the coin toss is going to be done. The referee is having a little bit of discussion here.
Well, the coin toss to decide.
Well, I think they've
which
agreed
one starts
without
where.
the coin toss. Have they? Yes, they
Yeah,
have.
and the Ethiopians will be playing from the left of your screen to the right, while the Lady Doves of Uganda will be playing from the right to the left. And Coach Berhanu Gizao are giving fresh instructions. And of course, just as much as the players feeling cold, the match officials also is trying to warm up to ensure that there is a good flow of the blood in the body. Goalkeeper Tarikwa Bargena talking to our fellow players there. Of course, Loza asking her players to keep on pushing. And Madame Christine has had a solid performance alongside Nakito Nabira.
You can see they're exchanging notes there, saying we cannot give them space. Seal all the loopholes. This is it. It's going to be a very long match for them. And
well, the referee, Josephine Wanjiko, takes us to the next 30 minutes of this game. Ball is played back to Tizita Helen Mikhail. Hagila Asabe onto the right-hand side for Asefa. Alemresh Bogale into the midfield, trying to get to Loza, closely marked to the right. Bogale, Bogale, Loza, Loza back to Ware. Ware plays it wide to Aragesh Tadese. Tadese sends Alupenora to the cleaners, but again Nakuya Sara comes in at the nick of time to clear the ball to the waiting Joelia. Joelia, a pass to Aquaput. Aquaput plays the ball wide to Nora Alupo. Alupo Nora brings the cross in, but again she does not find the mark.
Well, Gilbert, that was a good effort from the Lady Doves, and we are seeing a substitution here for the CBE of Ethiopia. Number Tadase Ayemeko, jersey number 15 there, has made way. And in comes Lakwe Legese, jersey number 16.
Lakwe Legese, jersey number 16, picks the place of Bizayo, and still an attack for Lady Doves, who look like they're reinvigorated in this one, more energized.
Well, that's the new substitution, getting in her first assignment there. Defending that ball, making sure she's cleared the lines. This Ugandans, Lady Doves, are pressing.
They are pressing, and a good header there. Ikoput. Again, solid performance there from Tizita Haile Mikhail.
Well, Gilbert, Tizita was the one on your screen, and we see Gila taking a poor goal kick there.
Ball still with the Leticia Nabosa. Again, she loses it out to Bogale. Bogale, again, quality defending there from Nakuya Sara. She's played a very solid midfield role there, Nakuya Sara. And coach Biranu Gizao asking the players to push up. And it's a throw-in by Arsefa Alemresh. Sefa Alemresh trying to get to Baza, who's been closely marked by Madame Christine. It's man-to-man marking here. And the Ethiopians have completely been denied space to move the ball around.
Didn't.
Absolutely. Ball not settling on the ground well. Of course, a lot of offensive moments from most of these players. Goalkeeper Daisy Nakaziro. Long punt into the midfield. Alupenora tries to get the ball onto our feet, picked by Ware. Ware on the left-hand side to Laku Legese. But again, Laku Legese loses the ball to the Lady Doves. On the right, Adrin Birungi. And leaves the ball to Kanyago Karima with a long punt forward. Mix up there in the Ethiopian defense. Again, midfield play by Bogale. Strong player. Plays it back to Asefa. Asefa, Bogale. Bogale, Asefa, Bogale. Bogale, again Asefa. Asefa, again. Bogale, right in the midfield for Adisa's foul. Asfaw with a long punt forward, trying to get to Aragesh Tadese. Loses it out to Alupinora. Alupinora, deep midfield, back to Nakuya Sara. Sara, no man's land again. Picks by Hagila. Hagila Asabe to the goalkeeper, Daisy Nakaziro. Nakaziro just trying to waste some little time. I think she's very, very sure of herself on the penalty kicks. Again, still too much half time. Still too much time on the clock. In the midfield, picked by Ware. Back to Adis Asfaw. Asfaw plays the ball to Aragesh Tadese. And solid performance there from Adrian Birungi.
Well, Adrian Birungi has been a very busy lady this evening, and right now we're just seeing the ball too much on the air, Gil, but they need to settle it down. I wouldn't want it to go to penalties because that would mean more tired legs.
Loza and Bogale. And that a little trick by Medina, but the ball never got to the intended player. 16, Nakuya Sara. Sara, Leticia Nabosa. Nabosa, Fazila Ikoput. Fazila Ikoput, back to Nabosa. Nabosa picks it up, plays back to Nakuya Sara. Sara with a long punt, trying to find Alupinora. Good control and good defensive play by Asabe Gila.
Well, Gilbert, look at that. Look at that football. Very smart. However, Boiso was a little bit too far for it, but it was good thinking. She was already outmatched. Had Boiso caught it and shot it into the direction of the goalkeeper, would probably be talking a different scoreline.
Absolutely. Kanyago with a long punt. Dropped. Goalkeeper picks it up again. And starts a quick break on the right-hand side by Asefa Alemresh. Asefa Alemresh pressing from the top. Bogale again sends Nakula Sara to the gutters. Bogale wide to Ware plays back to Asefa. Asfaw on to Aragesh, and a good cross, but again too hard, goes over the bar.
Well, Gilbert, look at that. Look at that. Very good effort there by this lady who's been busy. Birungi, Adrian, good cross there, good goalkeeping. She lost the ball but saved it on time.
Absolutely. Baza. Well, picked again by Kanyago, and again Kanyago must have held that ball. Kanyago.
Let's see how.
Well, the referee was a little bit closer there, and she calls for a foul. Loza Ginore. She tries this from a distance. Good goalkeeping there from Daisy Nakaziro. That's a shot that was dipping. Good technical application there, good power, and a dipping shot. Good goalkeeping.
The quality of football that we've seen here, and look at her face there, disappointment that she was not able to get it.
Absolutely. Vogale. Kola Boiso. Boiso into the midfield to find Ware. Ware, quick fit again. Ware plays it the ball wide to Asefa Alemresh. Asefa Alemresh, again, quick sneak there, and another one. And I think Madame Christine doesn't want to hear none of that, and comes into the nick of time to kill that move.
Yes, she does. She had to.
Well, they win it back, and Leticia Nabosa decides to kick the ball out. Asefa. And it's a foul here on Aragesh Tadese, who's now come to the right-hand side. And Coach Birhanu Gizao on his feet from the moment the game started. And it has been a very, very busy afternoon for him and his players.
He's going to have to take a serious concussion here because the amount of talking he's done, Gilbert, really. It's been immense. But these two sides have given us a beautiful, beautiful match this afternoon.
Absolutely. Aragesh Tadese. Aragesh Tadese. And that is not how she intended to kick that ball. Disappointed with herself. Aragesh Tadese. 1 goal to her credit in this tournament. And the technique let her down.
You can see the disappointment in her face. She knows she can do better. We've seen her do better. And unfortunately today, Lady Luck is not smiling with her.
It is not smiling with her. And it's a throw-in by Alemresh Asefa. Again, good control there by Nakuya Sara. Back to Asefa. Asefa throws the ball back. Try and build from the back. Ball still in play. Again, she tries to play to Aragesh Tadese in the midfield for Bugale. Bugale, good job there into the midfield by the Lady Doves. It tries to get equal put. Solid performance there from Magila. Loses it to Noela. Nagadia. Again, big fan forward by Nakita Nabira. And Asefa decides to stop play because Nagadia Joella looks like she's been injured in the process.
Well, Gilbert, that should have
flung
been...
herself. She flung herself at this point.
That should not have been a play that was stopped. Referee got it right, really, and good defending there from the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia. She did flang herself, and you have to be careful as a player when you're making such moves, not to injure yourself in the process. But very jovial girl there.
She is okay. She is definitely okay. And it's a drop ball to Asefa. Asefa plays to Tizita. Hasabe. Leku Legese with a long pass trying to find Loza. Loza back to Ware. And then Ware plays the ball to goalkeeper Daisy Nakaziro, who just slows down the game a little bit. Big punt forward. Picked in the midfield by Ware. Again. Leku Legese. Ware. Back to Leku. Leku loses it out. Well, tough outing. The Ethiopians failing to find some inroads through the midfield. And the first half of the extra time comes to an end. And we still have 15 more minutes. And there will not be any water break. They will go straight away into the other half of the extra time.
Well,
they're tired legs here.
Very tired legs, and the mentality here is going to be tested. Who can stand this stressful moment? And we're seeing the referee trying to make a quick restart because she knows time is of the essence here.
Time is of the essence. Nagadia Joella starts her off, plays the ball back to Nakuya Sara. Sara Alupenora. Alupenora doesn't control the ball well, and the ball is picked by Aragesh Dadese. Dadese leave it to Leku Legese into the midfield. Adisa's foul. Collected by Hasabe Gila. Hasabe Gila tries to play the ball wide, picked out by Ikwaput. Another try shot. She should have at least moved on a little bit more steps. Would have made a difference.
Well, Gilbert, you know, she did have time, she had space, and she had help. Question is, why didn't she do it?
Well,
it's like in the process, she got an injury. Let's just see what happened there. She did get a nick to her foot, and she continued going, but it got a little bit uncomfortable when she didn't score the goal.
Well, they wouldn't want Ikwaput Fazila to get injured at this point in time. I think they still need her. She has been one of the most industrious players on the Ugandan side, and a lady that is being looked up to lift this team up. And just limping off the field. And in 106 minutes, CBE of Ethiopia won, and Lady Doves of Uganda won in the second semi-finals of the CAF Women's Champions League CECAFA qualifiers. The first team to have gone to the finals is Vihiga Queens of Kenya, having beaten the Simba Queens 2-1. And in this particular one, the game is still tied. Nabosa, Kanyago trying to find Alupenora. She loses it out back into the midfield. Picked by Leku Legese. Legese trying to get to Aragesh Tadese, but again, too fast to collect.
And see the coach there questioning her decision making. Really, you have to be keen in this last minutes. A lot of concentration is needed, especially when you get to this extra time, Gilbert.
Absolutely. Well, still both teams asking questions here. Adrian Birungi in the midfield. Nakuya Sara, Alupinora, Nora, Joelia. Joelia. Solid performance from Asabe Gila. Asabe Gila picks the ball into the midfield to Ware. Ware on the left-hand side, Leku Legese trying to find Loza Ginore back to Ware. Ware picks the ball into the midfield to try and get Bogale. But solid performance there by Kanyago. Kanyago plays the ball to Ikwaput. Ikwaput with a good run and solid defending there from the Ethiopians. She says she's okay. Tizita, Haile Mikhail. And flowing game right now. While trying to get to Legese, but again, a pass from the midfield by Ware, not getting to the intended person. The throw-in.
Well, look at that effort there by Ikwaput, and she caught the eye, literally caught the eye of the Ethiopian defender there, and they're losing the ball in very dangerous areas.
Alupenora with a cross, and it really doesn't hit the mark. A lot of room being created on the right-hand side of the attack, and coach Birhanu Gizou knows that this is not the moment for the players to drop guard. It's a moment for players to keep on moving and pushing harder. And big punt forward. That is Reticia, Joelia with a shot! Goalkeeper Tarikwa Bargena picks it up.
Very good effort there by Joella, trying to keep the goalkeeper Tarikwa Baregen on her feet. And Gilbert, I just think this game might have a late goal and we might not see the penalties that people are hoping to see. Because they keep asking the questions both sides.
Absolutely. A pass to Aragesh. Aragesh Bogale. Bogale into the midfield, trying to get to Asfao. Asfao wide to Bizayo. Leki Legase again. No-nonsense defending there by Alupinora, who's playing deep in her own half. Ware came in for Tigis Tege, plying her trade in the midfield. Loza, well, we're told to drop back. That is Leku Legeze. Leku Legeze, tight marking Ware. Ware back to Legeze, Legeze to Ware. Ware to Loza, Loza to Legeze. And a cross coming in. Solid performance. Still in play there. That is Aragesh. Again, loses it to Bogale. Bogale, Medina Baza. Baza Bogale, again, solid performance from Irene Akiror in the Lady Doves defense line.
Oh, Gilbert, we're going to see we've seen a lot of those in this particular match. And the more knocks you get, you get tired legs. So, very, very technical match here.
Absolutely. Into the midfield. Plays wide to Leki Legese. Legese with a long punt in the midfield. Again, tussle there by Baza, and a solid performance there from Madame Christine. Almost, that's a little pullback by Medina after she had lost possession of the ball, and a correct call from the referee. Big punt forward. Ware. She loses it to Nora. Goalkeeper plays it back to Birungi. Birungi picked by Medina. Medina, Loza again. Nabosa with a long pass trying to get to Equiput. Solid clearance there from Asabe Gila. Ball still in play. Ball still in play here. Leku Legese. Long punt, Birungi. Into the midfield. Ware, Loza still onto the ball. Tries to play the ball to Asefa. Aragesh Dadese. Aragesh with a long punt. Beautiful control there by Medina. And a good cross there by Bokale. Ball still in play here. Ware, Loza, Ware. And it's a foul in a dangerous position there. About 20 yards away from the goalkeeper. Foul for the CBE of Ethiopia.
Well, Nora lost the ball there and just decided to infringe the player there, and now they have the big assignment of trying to defend that free kick in a very, very dangerous area. If well taken, and we know that Captain Loza Genore can. Let's see.
Well, good distance there for Loza. And this time round, she really did not hit the mark.
Well, Gilbert, today the set pieces from this Commercial Bank of Ethiopian side have not been very, very good. I think they were not anticipating that this match would go as far as it has gone. credit to these two teams for giving us a beautiful, mouth-watering clash.
Mouth-watering crush. On the left, Lecky Legesse with a cross inside the box. No one close to the goalkeeper. She says thank you.
Not in any hurry to take that goal kick. You're seeing here tired legs.
Yeah, that should be Leticia Nabosa. She's really worked hard.
Very industrious lady.
And with the penalties looming, you'd want your best players. You would want the best players to remain in the match. But very tough evening. Leticia Nabosa.
Being stretched out there, Gilbert, and when you've had a long march and the weather keeps getting chilly, the muscles just give in.
It's a drop ball there for goalkeeper. Daisy Nakaziro with 4 minutes on the clock remaining. Tired legs out there. Ikoput in the midfield. Nakuya Sara. Sara plays the ball to, but they lose it. They lose it in the midfield. Ball is played wide to Aragesh Tadese. Aragesh to Bogale. Bogale plays the ball wide to Legesse. Legesse trying to find Loza, and then a clearance there from Irene Akirol lands into the safe pair of hands of goalkeeper Daisy Nakaziro.
They were trying to be clever there, but really Irene had positioned herself in a very good position.
Alupinora trying to find Joella. Again, solid performance there from Tizita Haile Mikhail on the Ethiopia central defense line. It's a throw ball. Lupinora came in the second half for Lydia Nyadera, proving to be a thorn in the flesh for this commercial bank of Ethiopia.
Well, that was a foul throw, Gilbert.
Lecky Legesse. Ball back into the midfield by Adisa's foul. Adisa plays it back to Sita Haile Mikhail. Mikhail trying to get to Aragesh Tadese. Into the midfield, Bogole. Bogole plays to Asafa. Asafa, Asfau back to Legesse. Legesse into the midfield, Medina. Medina, Legesse. Legesse, Loza, Bogale plays it wide to Aragesh Tadese. Aragesh Tadese. Aragesh, Bogale. Good shot. And again, doesn't really hit the mark. Good build-up there from the commercial bank of Ethiopia.
Very good build-up, Gilbert. However, Tadase is really taking time to make those decisions, hence giving enough time to the Lady Doves of Uganda to close in and shut off their defense. So she really needs to make that quick decision, as her teammates are doing.
Absolutely. One minute remaining. And should it end the way it is, we shall head into penalties to decide which team between the two joins Vihiga Queens in the finals of the CAF Women's Champions League, CECAFA region. Ball back to Hasabegila into the midfield to Adisa's foul. As foul wide to Asefa. Asefa Alembresh. Asefa Alembresh. Bogale back to Aragesh Tadese. Bogale Still asking questions here. Tadese with the left shot. Stopped again. Wari. Loza. Good clearance by Nakuya Sara. And the referee, Justin Wanjiko of Kenya, closes this one, and we head straight to the penalties. We head straight to the penalties. The ladies have given their all in this one. They've really given their all. And of course, a decision will have to be made on who goes first.
Well, Gilbert. Well, Gilbert, this is going to be one match where the goalkeepers are going to be very decisive. And we're going to see. We're going to have to see who are going to take the penalties here. And we can see the referee there having a discussion with the captains, and they're going to do a coin toss for this one, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to decide who between the two teams will be the first to take the penalties. What a match this has been here at the Nyayo National Stadium. This is the second semi-final, pitting CBE of Ethiopia versus Lady Doves of Uganda. 1-1. The match has ended after extra time, so now they go into penalties. And there we see the center referee telling the two teams to hurry up. Time is not on our side. She's waiting for the 5 penalty takers from both sides to make their way to the post. And there we see the coaches giving their last advice, and the line official there, the line referee, telling them to kindly hurry up. As we see her with the ball there, the center referee, this game is going to penalties. Joella of the Lady Doves, very jovial lady. Let's see who's going to be lining up for the penalties for both sides.
Well, this is definitely the moment that we've been waiting for. And of course, the referees have decided on which side of the field that the penalties are going to be taken. The coaches have also decided on who is going to be starting on the penalty kicks. Well, none of this expected this, and that is Medina Baza, who has scored 8 goals to our credit. The referee Njiko giving instructions to Loza Ginore, the captain on the side. Well, this is the moment for the goalkeepers on both sides to try and see that is goalkeeper Daisy Nakaziro. So far has only conceded 1 goal in the whole tournament. Daisy Nakaziro. And I think from the onset, Daisy Nakaziro looks like she will be the first one to face Tariqua Bargena. Well, goalkeeper Nakaziro, Daisy Nakaziro, doesn't want to let go. And of course, just some bit of housekeeping. Goalkeeper Daisy Nakaziro against Tariqua Bargena. And I think the first person to go and kick the penalty kick is Loza Ginore, the captain, fantastic for the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia. Loza Ginore against Daisy Nakaziro. Loza Ginore against Daisy Nakaziro. Well, the captain of the side. Tense moments. Takes a place. And she scores! Well, that's a well taken penalty kick by Loza. Finds the keeper still napping and chooses the right path with power and precision.
Very, very well taken penalty there. With that kind of situation, you have to make sure that your penalty is well taken. The keeper moved in the right direction, but she just didn't have, she didn't move quick enough to be able to catch that ball. And the power and precision with which it came in with Gilbert, really very well taken penalty, as we see Alupenora walking to take hers for the Lady Dove.
Alupenora came in the second half for Lydia Nyandera. Alupenora against Tariqua Bargena. Tariqua, and again Alupenora with power behind it. And the coach knows that it's a well-taken penalty kick. No chance for the goalkeeper.
Well, Gilbert already took penalties, well taken. The goalkeeper made the movement but did not decide which side she wants to go. Lupenora putting in the first one for the Lady Doves in this penalty shootout. As we see Tadase, jersey number 12 there, walking in to take the second penalty for CBE of Ethiopia.
Aregash Tadese had a very good afternoon. And she scores the easiest of the penalties. She sends goalkeeper Daisy Nakaziro to the gutters for shopping. And she places the ball far and wide for the second goal.
A beautiful, beautiful penalty there, left foot. You can see the goalkeeper had no direction to go. That is a well-taken penalty there by Tadase. Argash.
Joella Nagadia came in for Spencer Nakaswa in the second half. Well, an opportunity for Joella to tie the game to 2-2, and a lot of prayers being invoked there. Total concentration there by Tariqua Bargena. It's Joella against Bargena. Joella, and a well-taken shot, very calm in it. And she chooses the upper corner, and the bench is really, really pleased.
Well, Gilbert, when you want to talk about quality, look at that. These ladies have been, you know, they've been looking like they've been taking their penalties very, very well. And so far, so good. No one has missed a penalty. This is the chance.
Absolutely. Another chance for Ware. Ware, who came in for Tigist Hege. An opportunity An opportunity to make it 3-2. Tigist against Daisy Nakaziro. And again, that is the well-taken penalty there. They're sending Daisy to one side of the pitch, to one side of the goal, and she puts in the third goal.
Well, another left foot player there. And you know, they usually say it's difficult to hold or to catch a penalty that has been taken by a left-footed player, as we see
well, that is Nakuya Sara Nakuya. She flops the opportunity. Sara Nakuya places the ball far and wide, and the Lady Dogs lose their first penalty. That's a poorly taken penalty kick.
Well, I see what she was trying to do there, you know, just try and chip it, but it went too wide, it went too far, and disappointment in her face, you can see from the bench, and jubilation from the CBE side. They know what that miss means, and now she's rallying her troop.
And that's a well-taken penalty kick by...
Well, that is Adisu Asfaw.
the midfield general herself.
Yes.
Asfaw places the ball far and wide for the fourth goal. And it's 4 against 2. And an opportunity for Fazila Ikwaput to at least pull one back. Fazila Ikwaput, tough for her. She has to score this one. She has to score this one. Tarikwa against Ikwaput. And it's a good, well-taken penalty kick there.
And what a celebration, Gilbert, that was. It's like she's saying thank you. At your service. Look at that, Gilbert. Easily taken, beautifully taken. We did see her lose a penalty in a previous match, so with this one, she had to be very, very precise.
Well, should CBE score this one, then this game will be over.
Well,
well, Lekiu Legese. Lekiu Legese! Lekiu Legese has won it for CBE, and the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia have romped into the finals of the CAF Women's Champions League CECAFA qualifiers, and they will meet the Vihiga Queens of Kenya in the finals that will be played this coming Thursday.
well, tears of joy there from the commercial bankers of Ethiopia, and utter disappointment. And there you see Daisy being consoled by the technical bench. And she has nothing to say, really. But, you know, Gilbert, in such matches, you want to make sure you wrap them up, because penalties go either way. It's never an assurance. Doesn't matter how long you've practiced these penalties, they really have no thank you. And look at that reaction, look at that, when you know you've scored the winning goal for your team.
Well, it's all been about guts here. Of course, CBE scoring all their 5 penalties, and The Lady Doves losing out 2 of their penalties. And as we speak, the CBE in a celebratory mood. They know that they have actually run away with this one. And from Nyayo National Stadium, the Ethiopians have actually scored 4 penalties against 3. And what a way for the Ethiopian team, the Commercial Bank, that have come in very, very strongly in a game that really needed nerves to be able at least to push them to the finish.
And Gilbert, this is going to be another match where we see the Vihiga Queens taking on CBE of Ethiopia. They faced each other in the first group match and again in the final.
Well, those are the results of the semi-finals. In the first game, Simba Queens lost by 2-1 to Vihiga Queens of Kenya. And the second semi-finals, the CBE of Ethiopia have won on penalties by scoring 4 goals against 3 at this particular point in time. Of course, 5-3 is the true picture of the semi-finals. The fixtures, of course, the finals will definitely come in on Thursday, and we shall start with the 3rd and 4th place that will pit Simba Queens of Tanzania against the Lady Doves of Uganda. And in the finals at 4 p.m. East African time on the 9th September 2021, Vihiga Queens will be battling it out for the only slot that has been set aside for the CECAFA region and in the CAF Champions League finals that will be held in Egypt. Well, from Nyayo National Stadium, we take you and listen to what the coaches had to say.
Okay, so that is it. It's already a set final, and we'll have Vihiga Queens taking on CBE from Ethiopia. That game had to go into post-match penalties, 5-4 for CBE Ethiopia. Quite a sad time for you, Coach. It's not the way I know Lady Doves wanted to bow out of the tournament. Yeah. What are your thoughts about everything? About the game, how it went into extra time, and then the post-match penalties?
Yeah, thank you. Fred Musime, head coach Lady Doves from Uganda. Based in Masindi. We have played a fair game. Girls, I appreciate my girls because they have done their best. For the first time of its kind, to make this had been a very good display, though we have managed to lose in the penalties. But it has been a good display because they followed the instructions, not to score to score as people they were saying we are going to concede very many goals as how they have been scoring. But I promised them that we are going to play football and don't fear them, that because they have been scoring 10 goals, 5 goals, no, that's not the case. And they managed to listen for our instructions.
All right, thank you. The floor is over to you. Let me start, yes?
First, coach, I appreciate you and your team. How do you see your defender, your defense area players? How do you get?
With defenders, we try to correct them, but you know, football is a game of mistakes. So you tell them to rectify this at the moment because there is that pressure. There is pressure for the game, there is pressure for the ball, and the pressure for the opponent. So if you combine them together, it disturbs them, but they managed to contain whatever they could.
Coach, how tough was it, especially in the extra time? Just how tough was it on your girls keeping up with a team that's obviously very good?
Yeah, we came when we are knowing how good the team is, and when we went into the extra minutes, we said, let's contain, let's maintain them. We should not lose. They should not score us in these extra minutes. Either we score them, but not them to score us. And they listened and they managed to maintain, not until we went for penalty shootouts.
Yes. And of course, in the build-up to this, it was billed as the team that scores the most versus the team that doesn't concede. What did you do to make sure you kept them at bay? Because they didn't create much. What was your game plan? What was the plan throughout the game?
Yeah, you know, my players, first of all, they are young. I told them what we are going to play. You're going to play senior players. And I told them you go to the field as amateur players. He doesn't know. But you go and play soccer because we are playing the same thing. And we are 11 aside. So you should not fear anyone. So you go and maintain and contain. We score them. And that's what we did.
Yes. Any other questions? Yes.
Coach, congratulations, first of all, despite the loss. It was a very good performance from your team. You promised us in the pre-match that you're not going to be scored a lot of goals, and that is exactly what happened. How proud of you are you with your girls?
I'm not really happy because I've lost, but that one cannot stop me from saying I've made a good display since it was the first time for its kind to reach in such a stages and playing to senior players. So at least we have achieved, and my girls have also achieved for this challenge what we have been facing.
Yes. Any other question? All right. Thank you so much, Coach.
You're welcome.
And all the best.
Thank you.
Ethiopian team, finally. All right. We have the winning coach here. They're one of the most talked about teams in this tournament, and they're now going to meet the Vihiga Queens from Kenya in the final of the CAF Women's Champions League CECAFA qualifiers. Congratulations, coach, on coming this far with your girls. How do you feel? How does this moment define everything for you and the team?
በዚህ ውድድር በጣም ጥሩ እንቅስቃሴ ካረጉ ቡድኖች ያንተ ተጫዋቾች ናቸው። እንግዲህ ከዚህ በኋላ ወደሚቀጥለው የመጨረሻው ውድድር ለመሄድ የኬንያውን ቪጋ ኩዊንስ ነው የምትገጥመው። ምን ስሜት ይሰማሃል?
ያው ስላሸነፍኩ በጣም ደስ ብሎኛል። እንደገና ደግሞ ዛሬ የነበረው እንቅስቃሴ እጅግ በጣም ከሌላ ጊዜ ያው ይጠበቃል። ሰሜን ፋይናል ስለሆነ አሁን ይሄንን ጨርሰናል። ለቀጣዩ ደግሞ ራሳችንን እናዘጋጃለን።
I am so happy because I win this match. It was very tough game because we are expecting the Ugandan team is going to defend very well. Maybe we expect that we may reach to the penalty, but football is sometimes it's fair. Those who can play well can win.
The floor is open. Let's start from
Yes, coach, you are looking final and you will pray the same the time like today. How did you feel to pray in the dark like today?
ይሄ ጨዋታ ለፋይናል ደርሳችኋል። በተመሳሳይ ሰዓት ነው በሚቀጥለው የምትጫወቱት። ጨለማ ከመሆኑ ጋር ተያይዞ ምን ስሜት ይሰማል?
አንደኛ ያው ጨለማ በዚህ ሰዓት አይፈቀድም። ምክንያቱም ተጫዋቾቹ ሜዳውን በነጻነት ማየት ይጠበቅባቸዋል። ቀጣዩ ላይ ደግሞ እኛም ባለፈው መጀመሪያ ዙር ላይ ተገናኝተናል፣ አሸንፈናል። እኛ ዛሬ ሁለታችንም አሸንፈን ውጤታማ እንሆናለን።
As we all know, the next match also at the same time, but the organizing committee must look for, because the time is going on, maybe after 90 minutes, it can be going to additional 30 minutes plus penalty. So players must have a very well seeing for the game. Otherwise, it will affect our football.
Next.
Coach, this will be the second time you are facing Vihiga Queens. Are you going to use the same tactics, same formation, or you're going to change your game plan?
የኬንያውን ቪጋ ኩዊንስ ለሁለተኛ ጊዜ ልትገጥመው ነው። ምን አይነት ስትራቴጂ ተጠቅመህ ወደ ውድድሩ ትገባለህ? በዚህ ዙሪያ ያለስ ሀሳብ ካለ?
የውድድር ራሱ የዋንጫ ጨዋታ ራሱ የሚሰጥ ታክቲኮች አሉ። በዛ ታክቲክ ደግሞ ተጠቅመን እናሸንፋለን። ሁለታችንም ለምስራቅ አፍሪካ ንግስት አንደኛና ሁለተኛ ለመሆን ነው የምንጣጣረውና በአጠቃላይ ቡድኔ ደግሞ በእንደዚህ አይነት እንቅስቃሴ አሸንፎ ይጣል።
As you all know, we will meet next the final match. Really, we are well prepared for that match. I believe we will win the game.
Coach, congratulations. You have gone into extra time, 30 extra minutes. Will that be an advantage to Vihiga, who played only 90 minutes and your team played 120 minutes?
አንተ 90 ደቂቃና ፔናልቲ ተጨማሪ 30 ደቂቃና ፔናልቲ ተጨማሪ ተጫውተሃል። የኬንያው ቬጋ ኩዊንስ ደግሞ ይሄንን አድቫንቴጅ ሊጠቀም ይችላል ወይ? ከነበረ የውድድር ጫና አንጻር አንተ ላይ የሚያሳድረው ተጽዕኖ አለ ወይ?
ዛሬ ተፈትነን በደንብ ስላሸነፈን ለቀጣዩ ደግሞ እንደውም ዛሬ የተፈተነውን እንቅስቃሴ ያን ያህል አድቫንቴጅ አይሰጠውም። እንደውም እነሱ 10 ሰዓት ነው የተጫወቱት፣ እኛ ደግሞ 7 ሰዓት ነው። የነሱ የተጫወቱበት ሰዓት በጣም አሁን ከዚህ ከተጫወቱበት በላይ ነው ኤነርጂ የሚያወጡትና አድቫንቴጁ ያን ያህል ከባድ ነው ብዬ አላስብም።
Really, as you said, it was tough game. For the next match, the first team played early, but we are playing late. But I believe that they will lose more water because the time is a little bit difficult when we compare with us. So we will lose the time advantage as it is.
Yes. Any more questions? Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. I know one final position for that is on Thursday. One team will go to the CAF Women's Champions League that will be happening in Egypt later on in the year. And that's it. The final, Vihiga Queens versus CBE FC from Ethiopia. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.